Okay, well, good morning and welcome to the transmission.
Well, shippers, we proud ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dance all taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dance all taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is the boy Ras King of the World. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man, them Archie. When I say Otta, you say fire. Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 10 minutes past the top of the hour at the time. And the Thursday edition of the morning show. I've got with me my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI, and of London Studios, who is all ready to fire on all cylinders. And as we did say yesterday, we apologize for the connectivity issue that was going on there, because there was some work going on at Downing Street. Yes. So it was interfering with the connectivity issue. However, we have Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI this morning. All geared up and well and ready to fire on all cylinders. And let me say, Yomi, good morning.
Well, good morning to you back in the studio, Mr. Archie. Good morning to all our listeners.
I can't hear you. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yomi, check your sound. Let me see.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay, yes. Yes, go on.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Archie.
Yes, good morning. Yeah, I can hear you now. Good. Listeners, we sincerely apologize for that, because we know we use lots of gadgets there. So at times, when you don't want some noise, you mute one, and then, yeah. So that's one of the things that goes on with technology. But we are here once again. Yomi, how are you doing? How was yesterday, number 10 Downing Street? Everything was good.
Well, quite a lot yesterday from number 10, as usual. It was a very busy time, but again, very quiet down there because of the recess that is currently in the country. I'm not sure whether the Prime Minister was at home as at the time we were broadcasting from there. And can you still hear me? Because I could get a feed coming back.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on.
And like I said, I left there heading into the Parliament. Quite a lot of very busy activities. I'm sure, time of the year, as many people continue to troop down to the UK for so many reasons. People come down to the UK, for holiday, as compared to Africans that come to UK to work and study. I mean, a lot of people get a little bit amazed, with these images like these, which is propping up when, we are broadcasting from outside. We tend to use quite a lot of, gadget to do the transmission. But when people see you with 4 different phones on 2 different tripods, they might a little bit, get a little bit fascinated to see what you're doing. And this is how we were broadcasting from Downing Street yesterday, and you could tell that many people that probably have not been there, as I was coming in, it seems that more changes have been done, because we don't go there all the time. So the security agency were probably wondering if I was missing the road when I approached the number 10 Downing Street gate. I remember one of the officers looking at me thinking, you're not meant to be on this particular side of the gate, until I presented my press card. And that was vetted, and I went in, and he did apologize that he doesn't see my face quite often. And I said, yeah, well, that doesn't mean probably maybe you're new into the number 10 Downing Street. We are not new. We've come down here previous times. Again, the question, as many Africans, as we continue to look at what is happening across Africa this morning, is why do we have other part of the world that come down on holiday, spend money, and then they return back to their home country, as against people coming from Ghana, Kenya, mostly Nigerians, arrive in UK, and after 25 years, 30 years, some of us have not returned back to our own base. That was how we were able to link that to the insecurity. Is it because of the insecurity in the land? My guest, Mr. Femi Aratokun Ale, spoke to us yesterday, and he mentioned that the reason why we are seeing the insurgency is, again, the Western agenda to make sure that those areas, that have vast amount of mineral resources continue to be attacked. All these and so much are part of what we discussed yesterday. And then we did talk about what we're going to be picking on this morning. These three phases, there are 6 of them. That is part of the headline. But let me come back again to you this morning. But like I said yesterday, was a very fantastic outing again, as usual. Each time we get to number 10 Downing Street, it's like trying to get to the Aso Rock, but I'm not sure whether you will go into Aso Rock with a military backpack. And my military backpack that I would travel with, just indicate that it doesn't matter. I'm sure maybe what officer saw was like the military backpack, but they realized that it's just that the love that we have for the British military that allows us to carry the military backpack.
Well, listeners, at least if you don't know, we teach you here, so you know what happens here in the UK. And it's quite interesting with your guest that was on the Niger Voices and talking about the fact that we have the developing countries causing unrest and in the various communities where we have minerals and all that stuff. I agree with him 100%. That is why we have minerals so much that we don't need to have gone outside, but they will find ways and means. And our leaders, who, not all of them, those who have not got their heads screwed on, now end up going into all sort of agreement with them, and virtually we getting pittance or virtually nothing out of it, and they'll come and tell you that blah blah blah, and listeners, this song coming away from Starr Radio UK. It's your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Just bear with us. I think Yomi had to get up quickly to sort something out.
I realized that the system was not, plugged in, and we will have lost, the transmission back to you in the studio. But we're back again on the seat.
Yes, listeners. So that's Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI on North London Studios. I'm actually here in the South Studios, and we are bringing you updates from Nigeria on the morning show, the Thursday edition at 17 minutes past 11. Now let's crack on. No plan to hike fuel prices. NNPCL assures Nigerians. Now, we know one of the causes of price of food rising and everything rising in our countries or our part of the world is fuel. The moment fuel prices goes up, then you have the Gary, the person selling Gary telling you that the price is going up. Everybody. So this assurance, had there been some thoughts and some movements that is making people feel that, well, there was going to be hikes in prices.
If I take about 30 seconds again, bear with us.
That's okay. Well, listen, let's ask are there any what do you call it, indications of fuel prices going up in Nigeria? We know that Nigeria shouldn't talk about fuel price hikes. I mean, they are big time oil producing country, crude oil. However, interestingly, they have all that, yet they cannot refine the oil there. So it has to be taken outside of the country for that to be done there as well. But we know that Dangote's one is upstream now. I mean, I think it's working, and the one in the southeast as well is up now. So we see maybe that will help ease the fuel prices. But Yomi is back, and let's go to him. So why are people suspecting that the fuel prices are going to go high or up? Yomi.
Yes. Yesterday, the rumor, or probably what again is not confirmed as at yesterday, was that the pump price will go to 1,200 naira per liter. You talked about the price of gari. Behind us is cassava. It's not just used for gari; it's also used. We talked about this some few weeks back. For the bureau that turn it into, Guinness. The situation when it comes to a country that for years, for decades, we've not been able to rectify our refinery, but gradually we were told by the new administration that the Port Harcourt refinery is up and running. That's what we know. I mean, I've not been able to confirm that, but we go with what the government is saying. But this morning, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, it used to be NNPC, but it has now been also converted into, a company. So, yesterday declared that there was no plan yet to increase the pump price of the premium motor spirit, popularly known as the petrol. According to the NNPCL Chief Corporate Communication Officer, Olufemi Shoneye, made this in a statement that Nigerians should disregard rumors of a possible hike in the petrol price. And we don't go with rumors well on this platform, we go with fact. So we will stick to what they are saying, but we know that there's already panic buying in the state. But he stressed that the company had no plan yet to raise the cost of production on the premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol. You might ask about what is happening with the Dangote refinery, because as much as Dangote refinery is not is not government owned, is a private owned. We are not going to say anything from the Dangote refinery anytime soon, even though we were giving these hope that this refinery is up and running. As at 2 days ago, the Dangote refinery received the fourth 1 million crude supply from the NNPCL. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has supplied an additional 1 million barrels of crude oil to Dangote. I can hear the feed coming back, Dangote refinery to commence production. So that means that as much as Nigerians' expectation from the Dangote refinery, we're not going to get anything coming out soon from that area or that sector yet.
Okay. We're not going to get anything from there yet. How is the government assuring the citizens that, look, the prices are not going to go up? Is it government that determines how much the fuel prices should be?
Yes, the government determines how much price, for the price to be sold at the pump. But again, whatever Dangote will be selling, we would have to wait until when he's fully in that production. But for now, he's still receiving, the crude oil. We know that some came from outside Nigeria, but it seems that already the NNPCL have supplied Dangote with a 1 million barrel to support the Dangote refinery project. Remember, it's a big project and it has cost huge amount of money. These are not Dangote's money alone. We're talking about different investors that have invested in it. And it's not just for the production of refined products for Nigerians alone, it's also going to be doing for so many as well. But again, the Dangote refinery have now received 3 shipments of the crude oil. And as we said, the Dangote refinery is expected to start the production of the diesel and aviation fuel jet this January. However, the production of the premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, is being delayed by the supply of the crude oil in this installment.
Okay, we'll see what happens there. But well, a bit of assurance there as to whether Nigerians do agree or will accept that assurance. We're not very sure about.
And that's the video song as well, Assurance.
Okay, give me assurance. Well, we have to give assurance, but the assurance wasn't good enough. Listeners, it is Starr Radio UK.
And maybe we should pick on that before, because the assurance Buhari gave, seems not to have paid off. And it seems after, years that Buhari left. Let's listen to this.
I would say I agree with the opinion that
Years that Buhari left.
General Buhari in the last 8 years or thereabouts did virtually nothing, and I mean virtually nothing, in our fight against terrorism. If anything, he promoted and enhanced our hardship as far as the fight against terrorism was concerned.
I'll leave that and I'll come back again to you. This is one of the former military, giving his analysis about a failed former president. I did ask a scorecard from our guest, Mr. Femi OLAKUNLE, yesterday. He was not even ready to give Buhari one pass mark.
Wow. 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 It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting, the development and everything there. Because why they concentrated their efforts on, silencing the Yoruba nation group that were agitating for that, and why they were concentrating on the IPOP, and instead of fighting those who were terrorizing people, killing people, they were not doing that. They were, well, that shows what was going on in his head, isn't it?
Well, that shows what was going on in his head. And again, as usual, we can link that to, though the military have come out to say that, news coming out since yesterday, we should not, go with it. But what is the actual news? It has now generated a lot of conversation across Nigeria, and that this is how the news filtered out yesterday. Let me first play the video, then I can do some kind of explanation on that, especially to our listeners around, and many Nigerians, not just those that are campaigning for Yoruba Nation. Let's listen to this.
Huh? What local government? Where are you from?
I'm from Maito.
Where in Maito? Where are you from originally?
Kaduna State.
From where?
Kaduna State.
Kaduna State.
I'm Alkali Monde by name.
Okay.
Yes, I'm from Kaduna State.
Okay.
I'm living
With your brother?
Yes.
And you are coming out under what local government?
Lagos Island.
Local government.
Yes.
Do you have a family house in Lagos Island?
No.
Okay. What's your name?
Luka David.
What?
Luka David.
Luka.
David.
Where are you from?
From Kaduna State.
Kaduna State. What local government are you coming out from?
Oshodi.
Who gave you the indigenship certificate?
National.
What's your name?
Zakaria Arab.
Where are you from? Kaduna State. Lagos Island. Where did you get the indigenship certificate from?
I'm staying with my uncle, so I don't.
Your uncle, speak up, please.
Yeah, I'm staying with my uncle, Letna Ponenda.
Shogba Yoruba. Shogba Yoruba.
I can hear what I can.
Shogba Yoruba. Shogba Yoruba.
No, ma.
Shogba Yoruba.
Yes, I can hear you.
Gbami lóhùn padà ní Yorùbá. Nbo ló ń gbé.
I can't. Kí lorúkọ ẹ?
Shogba Yoruba. Nbo ló ń gbé. Nbo ló ń gbé. Ta ló fún ẹ ní certificate?
Let me explain what has happened. There's a recruitment going on across the country, and every part of Nigeria will be given a slot. But it seems that, the faces behind the background that you've seen, according to the release coming out from Nigeria, the audio you've listened to, these are not Yorubas, but they found themselves into the recruitment. How that happened means that they've been able to gain indigene certificate. That means they are claiming to be indigene of Lagos State, even though you can hear they're from Kaduna State. The headline says, Army recruitment, the Northerners arrested for attempting to take the Lagos slot. The Lagos State government has called for the arrest and trial of 6 Northern candidates participating in the Nigerian Army recruitment process who claim to be indigenes of the state. The video that surfaced that we played out yesterday showing 6 candidates in the recruitment process who hail from Kaduna State, but they are claiming Koshofe local government area in Lagos Island. They are also claiming Oshodi, Isolo local government, respectively, as their local government of origin. By claiming to hail from Lagos, the candidates are intended to secure the slot designated to Lagos State indigene. Many people are very concerned at these same thing that we've been talking about, the sleeper cells. Maybe some might disagree, but let me take us back to 2011 when the United Arab Emirates, this was 2022, according to the U.S. State Department Treasury, Treasury sanctioned 6 individuals for raising funds in the United Arab Emirates to support Nigerian Boko Haram terrorists. According to all the 6 that were found guilty of establishing a Boko Haram cell in the United Arab Emirates to raise funds and provide material assistance to Boko Haram insurgency in Nigeria, according to the OFASC, Office of the Foreign Asset, following the arrest and persecution and designation of the UAE in 2021, September, demonstrating the commitment of the Emirates government, even though Buhari did nothing. Nobody have come out to say whether these are just individuals from the north, or again, are they the same type of what we've been told by the former comrade Kunle OLAYOMI, that said, and quote, that the Nigerian military barracks is open every Friday and everyone can come in and go out. Should we be concerned that we now have individuals that are trying to claim to be from Lagos, but they are not coming from Lagos? I might remind you again of a particular individual in 2009 that wanted to bomb the American airline known as Umar Farouk Abdulmutalab. Umar Farouk Abdulmutalab is also from Kaduna State, as at the time he was 29 years old, or 25 rather. He pleaded guilty after he wanted to do what they called commit an act of terrorism, transcending the national boundaries, attempt further with a special aircraft jurisdiction of the United States. Again, he says, and I quote, that he would do it again, even though right now he will not be able to do it, because as investigation and prosecution show, Umar Farouk Abdulmutalab, a 25 years old from Kaduna State, was a remorseless terrorist who believed it is a duty to kill Americans for attempting to take the lives of 289 people. Are these individuals just from the north, or is it just again the open borders where anyone can claim to be a Nigerian citizen? Starr Radio UK, I'll come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie.
Now, it's quite interesting because I'm looking at it this way, that if there is recruitment into the military, everybody who is a Nigerian should have the privilege of, applying
yes,
for it.
you must have the privilege, but that has to be in your state. Okay. So these individuals are claiming to be Lagosians, indigent, and they have the certificate already in their hands, in their possession, and they are not from Lagos.
Well, listeners, the less I talk about it, the better, because also that is happening because we don't have proper data system, and anything goes on there. Well, it is Starr Radio UK. In our North London studios, Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI, I'm Archie here in the South Studios, and we're bringing you updates from Nigeria. Interestingly, a preacher allegedly has been killed in Ogun Motor Park and buried by the roadside. What happened?
Well, it is another sad news, as may Nigeria not happen to us. What we can confirm this morning, a graduate of a computer science at the Olabisi Onabanjo University at Goiwoye in Ogun State, southwest of Nigeria, Oluwatosin Onodipe, was said to have died after he was allegedly hit with an iron rod by official of a motor park in Ago, Ogbolu local government areas of the state, for preaching. This is just as his body was said to have been buried by the roadside by the same officials of Odogbolu local government area after his body was dumped by the police officer. You can see that even after your death in Nigeria, you are as much as not respected dignity. And that takes me to, as I was looking at this morning, the definition of a crime against humanity, because many crime that goes on in Nigeria is crime against humanity. According to the Roman Statute of the International Criminal Court, I see that the Yoruba people have already petitioned the former president, the former military, and so many of them like that. Article 7, crime against humanity. For the purpose of this statute, crime against humanity means any of the following acts when committed as part of a widespread of systematic attack directed against any civilian population with the knowledge of the attack: a murder, extermination, enslavement, deportation or forcible transfer of population, imprisonment or other severe deprivation of physical liability in violation of the fundamental rules of international law, torture, rape, sexual slavery, enforced prostitution, forced pregnancy, enforced sterilization, and any other form of sexual violence or comparable. And the last one, persecution against any identifiable group or collectivity on political, racial, national, ethnic, cultural, religious, gender, as defined in paragraph 3. The question is, why would a preacher be killed, broad daylight, and the body was buried? According to the deceased father, Raymond Onodikpe, yesterday, that Oluwatosin left home in December 17 to attend a program at the redemption camp, but was unreachable after he had spoken with his brother on his phone. Well, it is now reachable, but the body is what is reached, even though it has become another crime scene in Nigeria this morning.
It is quite interesting and worrying because you look at Nigeria, and it's one of the places where earlier on, looking at governance system, and we thought that there was that proper integration, religious. I mean, but when you come to the south, it's much better. But when you go to the north, but Ogun State, I don't think anything of the sort should have happened. Is it that he stirred up? Trouble? Did he start insulting some people? That's why that thing happened. What has the police said so far?
Remember that just before we went on the break, we talked about, Yaba Psychiatric Hospital is getting very full because there's a lot of people that are going through a lot of depression. And sometimes if you're doing these kind of things, it could be a little bit uncomfortable for some. But you're quite right. In the Southwest, we are very, very religious, tolerant people, and we've lived, very peacefully among ourselves. But we're looking at the country right now that is going through so much. And when I mean so much, there's so much depression, there's so much suicidal, and it seems that whatever took place at that motor park, something went wrong. According to the Friday, December 22, the brother tried to ring the line again. The person who picked told us that they found the phone on the road and that the owner could come and pick it at Oderemo. I was then suspicious that Oderemo and I go at distance to each other. How come his phone got to Oderemo? The next morning at 6 a.m., they went down there, reported to the police station where an officer was assigned. So you can tell that something went wrong, but whatever went wrong shouldn't have happened. But it seems that in Nigeria, it is always one thing and one case after the other. By tomorrow, we'll be coming out again to talk about so many other things. How do we tackle all these menace? Do we say that the center is not holding? What is happening in Nigeria, and why are we witnessing, these horrible crimes against humanity in a world that should not be? But it seems that the world itself is so busy with so many things happening around it. But again, they are too less concerned as many people that are losing their lives in Nigeria today.
Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK, the Thursday edition of the morning show. With me, it's OLAYOMI KOIKI in our North London studios. I'm Archie here in the South studios, and we're bringing you updates from Nigeria. Let me touch on one other story, and then I'll let Yomi bring you the rest. Now, a Catholic bishop saying that most Nigerians are dreamers, not doers. Now, I talk about the enabling environment. So somebody is completed university and they want to go into a job, or they want to, let's say, entrepreneurship, okay? But they don't have that system doesn't work. So how do you tell them that they're just dreamers, not doers? What do you want them to do? Does he want them to go robbing people? What is he expecting from them when the enabling environment has not been created by the government? Yomi.
Well, you're right. According to the bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Oyo State, southwest of Nigeria, Most Reverend Emmanuel Badejo has said that only New Year resolutions accompanied by prayers and determination can literally meet fulfillment end. I was looking at yesterday. If you have to start, you start from A and then end to Z. But it seems that in Nigeria, you can start from A and you might not leave A because of so many factors. Let's look at Amazon. Amazon pays the government as of 2022 a total of £781 million sterling in tax. They have a workforce of 75,000. They have about 100 warehouses across the country. Almost every household in UK at a week or in a month will receive a package. Many Nigerians will also love to have this time of opportunity. But when things are becoming very unbearable, we should have invested in the productivity, in the infrastructure that have been deficit for a very long time. According to this Catholic that was interviewed in Ibadan yesterday, resolutions are good or necessary for every human step in life, but however, they need to be properly understood. A resolution is different from a wish. which is simply desire that does not imply action. As it is often said, if wishes were horses, even beggars will ride on one. A resolution is a plan, a roadmap to making a wish come true. If you fail to plan, then you will plan to fail. Many people have literally planned not to fail, but the country has failed many Nigerians for so many reasons across board. Well, the New Year resolution should not be a joke, as the undertakings of serious-minded people. The verses of the Bible even talk that Jesus Christ resoluted, turning his face towards Jerusalem, where he was to lay down his life. Luke 1:51, according to him.
Quite interesting. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Our listeners, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Updates from Nigeria, where he nailed it on he talked about the fact that the government is failing the people. And I'll talk about that enabling environment. So if somebody becomes a minister or the governor or whatever, and they go negotiating stuff, they need to know that the interest of the people is paramount to their own personal interest and the one who's trying to invest. That's what we have to be doing. But do we have leaders like that? I'm not very sure about that. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. The GUC says that, well, we are expecting that the agreement that we entered into with government will be implemented. They entered into it 2023. And I don't think implementation has happened yet. So what is going to happen? Over to you, Yomi, and the rest of the story that's making the rounds. Take over.
Thank you so much. Well, you're quite right. As the TUC, the Trade Union Congress continue to say to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that the agreement that, was being, discussed as at the time of last year should be fulfilled and not to be kept to the side. But whether the president would do so, the president is more concerned, even though many Nigerians have been very, very skeptical about his own certificate in Chicago. But the president says, and I quote, "I would deal with all those that are trying to bring fake certificate from foreign university as criminals, and I promise to arrest each one of them." I mean, it's been a very interesting time, in Nigeria, that we have a president that himself, have a certificate, but has some questioning around the certificate. At least, he has one. Buhari never had one. Let's go into that again. President Bola Tinubu's government has labeled Nigerians who obtain fake certificate from foreign institutions as criminals, vowing to flush them out of the system. According to the Minister of Education, Tai Mama, in an interview granted yesterday, disclosed this in the wake of so many investigations by some of the newspaper exposing our Benin Republic. I mean, Mr. Archie, I don't know whether you can get a 4 days out of 4 years and become a graduate. That is exactly what has happened. I mean, people pay 6,000 naira and you could be graduate in less than 3 months from a university in Benin Republic for a 4-year course. Well, berating Nigerians that are parading fake certificate from foreign university, Mr. Mama said students who patronize foreign institutions to procure degrees are not victims, they are criminals. I have no sympathy for such people. Instead, they are part of the criminal chain that should be arrested. Well, it seems that that is not taken easy by the current administration, even though many are asking the same question whether Tinubu's certificate from Chicago should look into as well. Local rice prices have now increased to 73% in 12 months. This is coming from the Nigerian National Bureau of Statistics. Well, as we all do as well outside the country and in Nigeria, many people, eat rice, but the cost of rice now is growing up, is growing very, very fast in terms of the price. We are growing, but we are not growing enough to feed ourselves. And that means as many that wants to import, it is also classified as an illegal product. The increased high cost of production, transportation. Remember, I talked about Amazon. Transportation is very, very important. I've seen and we continue to see dilapidated roads, and that means that farmers will struggle, to bring back, as much. Someone also sent, the discussion of what was happening on a particular radio program in Lagos this morning. Talking about farming. As much of let's pick on what was discussed during that conversation with the guest, and I'll be coming to you in the studio with what is happening on the social media in the next 2 minutes.
We run 24 hours. The government don't need to even involve. Good. We have in Ogun State too, at Odeda with Danone. But how much of it has the governor or the government encouraged other people to emulate? you are just seeing a patry of less than 0.1% of what they need intervention. Why don't we call a business summit whereby you bring all the Southwest governor, the minister, all political holders, traditional leaders. When you want to give title for people to come and become a shipper or tumba, let them come and invest in agriculture. Ijebu is going to give us 1 million new plant, 1 million trees of oil palm. Bring people that have money. This is a template. Let them start growing. But as long as they are still doing those political talks, that we have started doing something like Fashola. I know Fashola very well. When I was in Udua, we grew 623 hectares of soya bean in Fashola. You know what happened? We could not harvest everything because there was only 2 combined harvesters in the whole of Southwest then. And we got one through AG Leventis. We went to Agadebody to bring and we went to Mino to bring the 2. So when one of them became faulty.
So you can see that the farmers are ready, the workers are there, the zeal is there, but the government is just not there. It is just the same talking show, and this has been the same thing since 1999, and we've not been able to feed ourselves, and we continue to live in denial. Rice, a staple food widely consumed in Nigeria, has been rising in the price despite its production locally. The commodity now sells between 55,000 naira and 60,000 for a 50 kg bag, depending on the area. This is coming from the National Bureau of Statistics. I go straight to the social media because of the time constraint. Once again, this is still the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, been the 4th day of the month of January 2024. And let's see what is trending this morning on the social media space. Again, Wura_ Yoruba Nimi, hashtag Yoruba Nation Now. Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of the Biafra government in exile, has announced a recruitment exercise for the board responsible for the drafting the declaration of the Biafra independence in 2024. African Confidential at Bumi_speaks. One thing I learned from a recent visit to Lagos is that in whatever you do, no grief for anybody. It is, if that is a good or bad toxic lesson, be of anyone can help out. Again, U.S. charged the Nigerian fintech businessman Dozie Mbosu, who tried to buy Sheffield United with fraud. What a very one again coming up there. And then take one or two more. Again, one of the most outspoken journalists in Nigeria is also very vocal on the social media space. Oseni Rufai name. If, according to the cable report, the ticket were resold by the staff of the National Rail Corporation, remember that the government said that it should be free, but it seems that somebody have taken advantage and started selling it off. When they ought to be free, then I challenge Mr. Lake claim the 160,000 naira benefit from the free transport scheme. Can he account for the free ticket racketeering that happened and how many people precisely benefited from the scheme with their names and phone numbers? It seems that even though the government was trying to say, let us have a free transport for people during the period of Christmas, but it seems some Nigerians are taking advantage to resell those tickets as well. The last one coming again, federal government suspend degree from Uganda and Kenya and others as we continue to talk. And Yoruba Nation Now at Yoruba_now, words of wisdom from His Royal Majesty, the former Alaafin. I've listened to that this morning, and he was talking about the talking drum, that the Yoruba have the best talking drum. The drum can literally even talk during a wartime that says, Moja Mosa, Lafi Maki Konju. At some point, you could lay those weapons and retreat so that you don't get killed during the war. He also talked about the drum, talking to the king to wake them up in the morning and reminding them of their constitutional right against the citizens. Well, I'm not sure whether the politicians will love those kind of drums, because if they have it, they'll probably destroy, because it will be reminding them of the poverty that have kept Nigerians in the last 24 years of democracy.
I bet you they will say, we need to be modernized. We don't need to go back. So
they will not use those kind of drums. I don't think they need a drum that can remind them that people need a good road, people need good welfare. They'll probably not need so. Even Alaafin, I met him, before he died, and so many questions around Yoruba Nation that he told us, like I always say, some of such is not something we can discuss, but he did say that the Yoruba country will come soon, but how soon we don't know. Remember that he also told us that Buhari wanted to arrest Oloyegbowo right inside the palace, and he said to them, that will never happen while he is alive. But right now, we don't say the king died, we say the king has transcended into another journey.
Well, may his soul rest in peace, and may our quest be followed, and let's see what happens there. But a quick one from the rice. We know that they were importing some, bringing some from Benin. Has it been, I mean, have they raised
it will be classified as a contraband. You will not bring the rice through Benin Republic, even though we know that there are still some big players that are doing it. But if you're a small player, the custom will run after you. And that took place over the Christmas time, that they went into the town to take the ones that have already gone into the country, in terms of those that have brought them in, take them out from their warehouse. And we know how that works. Their wife will be reselling those bags again.
Interesting. But we know that the farmers as well, because we are looking at the price of rice that has gone up. It's because there is no, supply and demand. I mean, there's no supply because farmers are not going to their farms to get to grow the rice because of insecurity that is happening there. And government is not allowing people to import them from neighboring countries, which will bring the prices down, because if the market is flooded with the goods, the prices automatically drops. So what is Tinubu going to do about that?
Well, like I said, many of us are well concerned already, even though the former governor of Ogun State, Oshoba, says we should give Tinubu more time, to work around many of the problems. The Senate president is saying the same thing. Professor Wole Soyinka, the Nobel laureate, says he would not say anything until after 1 year. But again, without a structure to protect farmers, then we are likely to see food hunger this particular year, 2024. And that is going from another video that we have where the woman was talking about being a farmer, but in Plateau State, they are now destroying as many of their farmland because of the natural resources underneath. That means, some of the crops coming out from Plateau State will not reach our home due to the insecurity in Plateau State presently.
Well, we wish Tinubu the best, because this is not child play at all. You look at everything that is going on, you see that this is a tough work. But well, he said he's got a certificate, whether he got it genuinely or whatever, doesn't matter. So far as delivering, we'll mark him on that, not a certificate, have we?
Definitely.
All right then, Yomi, let me say thank you very much for the updates once again. And before you go.
Well, make sure you stay tuned and follow us on the social media. And likewise, remember to share and like and tell your friends that we are live every Wednesday and also Monday to Friday as we continue to give you all the update from Nigeria. Archie will take over from me, and I'll be back again same time tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Bye for now.
Bye. Well, listeners, that has been Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI bringing you updates from Nigeria. It is now gone 8 minutes to 12 the time. At 12 o'clock, the lines will be open for you to add your voice to the discussions wherever.
Alpha. It is that, so I can be some pada. Then later on, we come back out. So I've not had good 8 hours sleep. Nigeria. Human right Nigeria is just too much. But many Nigerians, probably just say to me, why am I worried? That's what they're saying. Koiki, you worry too much. A dead goat that talks like human being. Daddy Fab. It's unbelievable. Tabasoro Nigeria Lati Sintiti Dollar. The same thing like Omaso. So kilo de time on your work, ka sọ pé ó ti tó. Ìgbà ogun leve ko sọ ká sọ pé ó ti tó. When ìgbà ogun gan. Mo kí wa ìṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ làgbà. Ẹ kúṣẹ́. Ìgbà wo la fi sọ pé ó ti tó. Nígbà ogun ni ká sọ pé ó ti tó. When exactly ni ká sọ pé ó ti tó. Ẹ̀yin Yomi. Nígbà wo ni ká sọ pé ó ti tó. Ah, kí mo rí mọ̀ sí mi bí báyìí. Ẹ káàárọ̀, bàbá mi Kúnlé Ṣítà, ẹ káàárọ̀ sà. Bàbá Kẹ́hìndé Òsèní ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ̀dẹ̀kùnà owó ọjọ́. Mo ń wá àwọn tíìmù àtọ́lọ broadcast láàárọ̀ yìí pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ń protest or something like that. Where we like, we're live. In fact, our backup channel, Koikimedia. One or two more I follow it because I was very tired. I couldn't come up from my bed, but more comfortable, cotton solo. It might be there was an audio glitch, and I was trying to make sure that we have the audio back as quickly as possible. From the team on the ground, and eventually we were able to, to get them up and running back. So again, we're doing our best, with our transmission from Nigeria, and the quality from the Downing Street yesterday was very poor. I'm aware of that, and it's because of the internet connection there. Security and all that, and again, there's so much. A lot of work in the Downing Street. So Abebiti Modrosi scaffolding one and that has been going on since last year. So let's hope we work barrier anytime soon. So that is the reason why the quality, was not top notch. So bear with us. We want to make sure that this year we're giving you, whatever will be of good quality, but the team are working hard. They're aware what is the bunker. So there's not going to be petrol increase anytime soon. The Naira closes at 1,035 according to the I&E window. So our own job is just again and again, like I said yesterday, will I do what I did 3 years ago going to Nigeria? I will do it when we are all prepared and ready. I don't see us ready fully. You guys can come downstairs now, finish Starr Radio. So I'm just on the Koikimedia. It is only the Starr Radio. I don't want you to be disturbing too much. But you can come downstairs now if you want to. There's a lot of things that needs to be done. Yoruba Nation is not a joke. Mokek Mommy Olugbedu Ekarosa. Abekason. Salafiale with mommy. Muki Princess Adebigba Wuni Ekaro, mommy. Our grandchildren call. More when rested after a trip on it if you pada wole. But when they travel, they bat in them and they come on, Caliph Sokwe Adupe. I mean, like somebody said yesterday, we shouldn't be scared of going home, but it's just that and Berulati Lolly, it's just that the cost of time Tabawa Nile on Walaman Bibu Lori, couldn't no low. I mean, most people that come to Nigeria will probably work with about roughly backup channel. They can't bomb Salafia. Only one increase away and more pay and program the Lori Land and got him now one in the studio. But more two program here. So, but more pay or Royal and Solano no. But and then Emma put on by anyway. So I don't believe them. The government lies too much. Government is for you. Government so government man paragon government must have Muki elegant TD. So government man paro, government so much charge for me land more much charge so let me see tapioca. Okay. So at the end of the day, Mokime is good. Eba subscribe and be in ejo lori backup channel. We need 1,000 people there. So far, at 13,800. Moki Baba Bamidele. Matushi phone line here. Bashishilano. I just love when we are with you all, because I mean, Tabani are live, learning about media. I'm sure some of you will go and watch other platforms as well. Modupepe, I want the other side. I shout him on the other side. They are coming to their sense. Country, lóòótọ́ ohun gbogbo wa pé ká gba country yẹn nísinsìnyí. Ẹ jẹ́ n connect Michael mo máa kẹ́yìn tẹ́wà lórí Mixella mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àṣà àti ṣe sísítà mi mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gan fún ẹ mọ̀ pé gbogbo wa la ní different area tá a fi ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìrìn àjò yìí City Boy káàbọ̀ sórí ètò gbogbo wa la ní bá a ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ so Mr. Shamside mo kí yín Baba Okunowo mo kí yín à ń kí yín because we recognize that you're there so tàbá kí yín ẹ má fi ṣèbínú akọ̀fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ pé a rí yín mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àṣà àti ṣe mo gbọ́ fídíò wọn láàárọ̀ yìí mo ti gbọ́ tẹ́ gbọ́ mi gbẹ̀dú bọ̀ máa gbọ́ ẹ mọ̀ pa ti ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa mo kàn fẹ́ kákọ̀ clear ẹ̀ lórí bíbá ẹ jẹ́ lọ mú fídíò yẹn jáde ká kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ yẹn ṣe rí Yorùbá Nation kò ń ṣe child's play is a movement and it might take some time nígbà tí ó jẹ́ pé process ni lóòótọ́ bá ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé kó ṣẹlẹ̀ níjọ́ kejì but many of you have even accused us pé irọ́ la pa fún yín mo ṣe ríyàn kan tó send message kan nínú life mi ní ìgbà tí mo wà ní Downing Street ó ní mo ní viewers mo ní at least ìyẹn ló ń jẹ́ pé yàn ṣiṣẹ́ because ní viewers yẹn ẹ̀yin understand pé it has nothing to do with the movement it has to do with àwọn platform tó ní platform tá à ń lò yẹn so whether we have 10,000 people watching us or not consistent ló matter àwọn kan ti fall out then irú àwa kan wọ́n ti shadow band wa tẹ́pà mọ́ meaning shadow band ẹ lọ check it you know I've said it so many times because àwa ta ní tower advocate by they don't want my message to go out every day so wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ reduce it you know organic platform kan tí mo ṣe ní nísìn tó yẹ pé mò ń monitor bí ó ṣe ń grow òun ni TikTok as I speak to you right now is the organic ẹni tó ní TikTok or ló ní Facebook so ẹni tó bá smart tẹ́ bá wo TikTok yẹn nísìn I think we have about 100,000 likes 16,000 followers ó dẹ̀ ń grow every day and I'm not following anybody and I refuse to follow anybody because I just want to be like that tẹ́ bá lọ wo Meta Facebook ló ń pè ní Meta ṣé mọ̀ pé òun ló ní WhatsApp gbogbo communication wa even though wọ́n sọ fún wa pé wà encrypted that is what we are told indirectly wọ́n ló wà encrypted but irọ́ ló ń pa because ẹni tó ní Facebook náà ló ní WhatsApp ló ní Instagram so automatically ó lè rí conversation gbogbo tí à ń ṣe lẹ́yìn because àwọn ní access sí so irú àwa táwa ní à ń polongo Yorùbá Nation Pastor Mo Mokiyima ẹ káàárọ̀ you know wọ́n máa make sure pé because kò ń ṣe politician Nàìjíríà là ń bá fa wàhálà àgbáyé ó ti tójọ́ mẹ́ta tí mo ti ń sọ fún mi kí ó ti tójọ́ mẹ́ta tí mo ti show up mi ìyàwó mi fún mo máa rà mí gan sef you know mo kàn like ẹni the world gangan là ń dì pẹ̀lú and ṣé ẹni tó ń ṣe shipping line wọ Nàìjíríà do you know that that's a big sector owó burúkú wà níbẹ̀ the shipping line where is Mr. Bode Thomas Heritage Mr. Heritage is still with us we met together on a Sunday lọ́dọ̀ Alhaja Irat he's been busy with other things you know and he hasn't have enough time to do programs but he's still a full Yoruba you know campaigner so Mr. Heritage is still on board but I guess he's very very busy we met àwọn lọ́wọ́ cover Yoruba Day èmi àti gbẹ̀dúwà ń bẹ̀ àti Alhaja àti Dr. Zabi you know I'm sure some of you have seen the pictures anyway so yeah Heritage is still with us but ìdí táwa kan ṣe wà consistently I mean tá ṣe ń ṣe most of the time is because àwa ní spare time and again is the nature of what I do you know media may be one too so ó rọrùn fẹ́mi ká má sọ nǹkan míì ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó dẹ̀wọ̀ star mi ni èmi mọ̀ because mo mọ Gemini mo mọ star mi so ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ mọ star ẹ̀ wàá mọ̀ pé ìràwẹ̀ nǹkan báyìí ló ní kó lè ṣe nǹkan báyìí ní ò lè ṣe so èmi mọ star tèmi pé it has to do with communication so ó ń flow ni you know mo kí easy dollar so kò ń ṣe tí máa ṣe lọ́wọ́ àdọ́jà but ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ area tí sister wa fi gbé ọ̀rọ̀ jáde láàárọ̀ yìí mo rí lórí page wọn ìyẹn àṣà àti ṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá a ti sọ fún nǹkan tẹ́lẹ̀ pé it's a waste of time kẹ́ feel pé Montanche, Abi Baba Kitoyo Montonche, and all these, talk. Baba Kitoye Atigbowo. I mean, yeah, look on only were too slow, only dabi ko ti pẹ́, but Nigeria ta fi kúrò nù ẹ̀. Nigeria not even exist for some time. Yoruba Nation of the Years is like 24 years of a journey for another country. Oshe Mr. Gani Oloyede, Moki, Comrade Plan B, Ogunmola, only Nigeria will soon blow by the grace of God. Akin Games, Otojo Meta, Moki, Ekabo Soreto, Yomefa ló ń gbọ́ wa lórí Mixela. Mo dúpẹ́ pé mo máa ń sọ ní gbogbo wa pé àwọn tọ̀hún tó máa ń ní àwọn ní rédíò, irọ́ ló ń pọ̀ ní rédíò kankan. Mixela ni mo ti ṣàlàyé fún yín, is just an audio version. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ pé ìkànnì wọn ti lọ sí Nàìjíríà. Kódà ó ní kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ Mokin Ajani Akim. Ó ní kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ ìjìnlẹ̀ rédíò ní Nàìjíríà. So, but them all, Tabanso, it seems that some of you don't take us serious. Yoruba country. Àwọn olóṣèlú kan tá a disagree pẹ̀lú, is either ka strangle wọn, mo ní ká pa wọn, ká strangle wọn débi pé wọn ní lè move, then wọn ní ní choice. A máa box wọn. Àìtí box anybody, àìtí box ọba, àìtí box ìjòyè, àìtí box ẹ̀wá ní ẹ̀yìn pé ẹ ti declare country. It doesn't work like that. Ẹ jẹ́ kí lọ mú sister mi wá, mo fi lọ, because orí backup ni mo ti wò, Àṣàkẹ́ TV. So, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́n kan tí sister mi sọ attack Àṣàkẹ́ TV show ló ń jẹ́. A ti sọ fún yín pé the Yoruba nation is a movement. Movement kere, sometimes it might not go as you planned. Yes, àwọn kan nígbà yẹn kan ní ṣèbí mi mo ní ọ̀nà kan wọ́jà, just reason mo kí ẹ. I am with you all the way. Keep up the good work. You are the most consistent on the important issue of Yoruba self-determination. Thank you so much. Mo kí àwa Táíwò Kíkẹ́. Mo fẹ́ ká gbọ́ fídíò yẹn náà ká tó wọnú, because kákọ̀ tó fi clear ẹ̀ pé there's no country called Yoruba nation yet, but there is to be a country called Yoruba kingdom, during a particular century. But that century is no longer with us, and that means mo kí Babawa Mubarak Idris, salamu alaikum sir. So yẹ ká gbọ́n kan tí àṣà ti ṣe sọ láàárọ̀ yìí, àdúrà ń pàànà lọ ṣe fídíò, ó dà ń pààrọ̀ ìtẹ̀ lọ ṣe. So yẹ ká kọ̀ gbọ́, kájọ gbọ́.
Never skip leg day, unless you hate leg day, because we have another 2,000 workouts to do.
Àṣírí láre o, ẹ̀yin ènìyàn wa, ẹ bá wa gbọ́ bàbá Ṣọlá àti Mr. Wale àní tí wọ́n sọ nípa òmìnira 2022, àṣírí ńlá gidi. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn wa, Yoruba nation no going back. A sọ fún wa wípé nínú 2024 ọdún 2024 ọdún ayọ̀ ló máa jẹ́ fún gbogbo wa. Nínú ìjàǹgbara orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, eléyìí tí a ti ń pè fún láti ìgbà yìí wá sẹ́yìn, nínú ọdún yìí Elédùmarè á mú wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Ẹ wò, ẹ bá gbọ́ àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́, àwọn àlàyé tí bàbá wa yìí ṣe, ẹ bá wa gbọ́. Ní gbogbo bí a ti ń jìjàǹgbara fún orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá yìí, àwọn adarí eléyìí tí àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ náà ni àwọn bàbá wa Professor Banji Akíntóyè, bàbá wa Ìgbòho Òòṣà, àwọn tí àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ ní gẹ́gẹ́ bí adarí àtàwọn àgbààgbà kọ̀ọ̀kan. Ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí bàbá wa yìí sọ, wọ́n ní ìpínlẹ̀ 4 ni àwọn lọ. Ìpínlẹ̀ mélòó ló wà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá? Gbogbo bí táwọn dẹ̀dẹ̀, wọ́n ní kò síbi táwọn ti gbọ́ orúkọ Black Lion, tàbí àwọn gbọ́ Ìjìnlẹ̀, tàbí Ìyá Mua. Wọ́n ní orúkọ bàbá Professor Banji Akíntóyè, bàbá Ìgbòho Òòṣà làwọn gbọ́. Wọ́n ní kò sí ibi kan táwọn ti gbọ́ wípé radio station kan máa ń jẹ́ Ìjìnlẹ̀ Media o. Ẹ wo bí a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí, gbogbo àwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn ọmọ ní ìtìrúbọ ni wọ́n ti jápa. Bàbá Wálé Wálé, wọ́n náwọn ò ṣe òmìnira mọ́. Àwọn òmìnira, wọ́n náwọn ti rí wípé adélé eléyìí tí wọ́n sọ wípé ó ń bọ̀, wọ́n ní irọ́ ni, ṣèbí a ti sọ náà tẹ́lẹ̀ náà tó kọjá wípé kò sí kan tó ń jẹ́ adélé. Ìwọ ni Queen B ni o, wọ́n ti gbá Queen B yọ kúrò nínú gúrúùpù wọn. kí ló sì fà á ìdí tí wọ́n fi gbá Queen Bee yọ. Ẹ máa gbọ́ àlàyé yẹn lẹ́nu bàbá wa tí wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Bàbá yìí sọ ó sọ ọ̀rọ̀ gan wípé a sọ a ní òmìnira tó lè tún tẹ̀lé wà yìí ẹ̀kọ́ fi ń wọ́n ní bí pàtàkì pé àwọn kan fi ń dá àkókò dúró ni àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ ká ṣe ẹ̀yin wá ń lò ó láti fi pín ìrìn àjò yìí sí méjì ó ṣẹ̀ wá ń yé wọn ni kí ṣogun wọn náà ló yé á túbọ̀ máa gbàdúrà pé àwọn tó sì kú o tó tí ì yé Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ kó túbọ̀ yé wọn pàápàá jùlọ bí a ṣe bọ́ sínú ọdún tuntun yìí mo tẹ̀ wá fi àkókò yìí mo fi rọ gbogbo àwọn ajìjàgbara wípé nínú ọdún tuntun yìí ká fi ìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan ká ní ìfẹ́ ká bá lè débi tá à ń lọ torí pé ọdún yìí Ọlọ́run á fi àṣẹ sí orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá wá sí ìmúṣẹ. Bàbá wa tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ yìí wọ́n ṣe púpọ̀ àlàyé wípé òmìnira táwọn wà láti ọjọ́ yìí àwọn fi wéèsì gbogbo àkókò àwọn ni ẹ̀yin ènìyàn wa ẹ máa bá wa wá nǹkan fìdílé fìdílé nǹkan bàbá tí wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí wọ́n máa ṣàlàyé bí gbogbo ẹ̀ bó ṣe jẹ́ nínú òmìnira wọ́n ti fọ́ gbà yangan o òmìnira 2022 wọ́n ti fọ́ gbà yangan wọ́n ti dàrú fúnra wọn wọ́n ní ìwọ tó o bá ti lè tẹ̀lé nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ wípé ìwọ kàn mú àmọ̀ràn kan wá wọ́n ní wọn ò ní gbà wọ́n náà máa yọ ẹ́ dànù ni àkàìmọye àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ti yọ dànù bàbá ìròyìn báwọn ti náwó àwọn ti nọ́ra wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà wọ́n ní kò sí nǹkan tó ń pè ní mua wọ́n ní àwọn táwọn náwó fún àwọn lẹ́rí tí wọ́n ń rìn kiri tọ́jọ́ báwọn ń ṣe òmìnira tẹ́lẹ̀ nínú Nàìjíríà yẹn bàbá tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ yìí wọ́n láwọn làwọn ń ná owó ẹ̀ bóyá àwọn ń sẹ́ǹdì owó fún àwọn èèyàn òun ló kò jẹ́ pé àwọn kan fi kóra wọn jọ tí wọ́n láwọn ń ṣe rálì kiri bíi 5 àbí 7 tí wọ́n rìn kiri wọ́n ní àwọn wọ̀nyí àwọn làwọn ná owó ara àwọn fún wọn. wọ́n ní ṣùgbọ́n lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí wọ́n ní ojú wọn ti wá là wọ́n náà wọ́n ti wá rí wípé ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn bàbá Professor Bánjí Akíntóyè àwọn tí wọ́n gbé ìrìn àjò yìí sọ́wọ́ nìyí bàbá yìí sọ débi wípé kò síbi tó o bá dé ní Nàìjíríà ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣáàtì pé orúkọ ìgbowó ìṣà o nílò láti béèrè wípé kí ni wọ́n ń ṣe wọ́n sọ pé Yorùbá nation ni wọ́n ṣùgbọ́n mua ìyá onítìrí wọ́n ní ọlọ́run tẹ̀ gbọ́kàn tó jọ a sọ fún wọn náà tẹ́lẹ̀ wípé àwọn bàbá méjèèjì yìí bàbá tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ yìí mo rọ̀ yín mo bẹ̀ yín ẹ̀yin àti bàbá Wálé Àlí torí bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí bàbá Wálé Àlí àwọn náà ti jápa wọ́n náà wọ́n ò ṣe òmìnira 2022 ẹ máa gbọ́ ohùn lẹ́nu wọn náà ṣùgbọ́n jẹ́ kí bàbá wa tí wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ yìí jẹ́ kí a fi ohùn sí kí a gbé ohùn wọn sókè kẹ́ bá wa gbọ́ àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ náà ṣe jẹ́ látẹnu wọn bàbá wa ẹ bá wa ṣàlàyé báwo ni ìrìn àjò òmìnira 2022 o báwo ló ṣe jẹ́ ẹ bá wa gbọ́ lẹ́nu wọn.
so èmi ò ń ṣe ẹgbẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà ni mí and I belong to Yorùbá nation day and night. ẹni bá dé ní living room mi arrow ṣìṣì flag tí mo rí mọ́bẹ̀ ni àwọn tó bá dẹ̀ wá máa ń fún wọn mo sì ní more than 50 flag more than almost 200 flag mo ní 160 something mo ní jẹ́ pé mo fi ń tọrọ fáwọn èèyàn láti encourage wọn Ọlọ́run ni ọ̀gá tèmi àtàwọn.
Using Remitly, I sent money to my parents back home because a once-in-a-decade vacation deserves all upgrades.
Interfin support gbogbo àwọn media náà ni so
Ọlọ́run ni ọ̀gá tèmi àtàwọn tí wọ́n sanwó oṣù fún mi àwọn lọ̀gá mi nínú ìrìn àjò yìí. Nígbà tí mo dé láti Nàìjíríà mo sọ gbogbo nǹkan tójú mi rí. State 4 ni mo travel lọ. Nígbà ìbá pé 5. Yàtọ̀ sí pé à ń pe àwọn èèyàn báwo ni báyìí àwọn tèmi mọ̀ tó ẹ pé àjọ ṣe Yorùbá nation lórí online àti lórí ọ̀nfò mo pe gbogbo wọn. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ alẹ́ ni mo fẹ́ fi dá yín lójú pé kò sẹ́ni tó mọ ẹni tó ń pè ní Black Lion yàtọ̀ sí àwọn jagunjagun tí wọ́n ń lò àwọn yẹn nìkan náà mọ ẹni tó ń pè ní Black Lion kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn tèmi mọ̀. Ìmọ̀dé sọ pé ibi àwọn tèmi mọ̀ ní bí àwọn oko gidi láwọn rí grassroots láti Abẹ́òkúta láti Ògùn state.
èmi gan tí mo jẹ́ ọmọ kékeré gan wọ́n mọ̀ mí Nàìjíríà Black Lion kọ́ black goat ni a sọ fún yín pé ó gba àwọn èèyàn relevant. àwa la máa sọ̀rọ̀ tí Nigerian military máa dá mi lóhùn lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ tí bá sọ̀rọ̀ kan nísìnyí Nigerian military máa dá mi lóhùn ẹ̀gbọ́n tó náà wá gbogbo wa ni tó fẹ́ gbé wa pẹ̀lú àwọn Boko Haram à ń sọ fún yín ẹ jókòó ti àwọn kinní waste time ara yín ìyá tó wà ní òkùnkùn tó ń pèsè fún yín ìyá tó wà ní òkùnkùn tó ń pèsè fún yín gbóhùn sókè sísítà mi gbádùn yín.
láti Abẹ́òkúta láti Ògùn state lọ sí Ọ̀yọ́ state lọ sí Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo Ìwó Iléṣà Ilé-Ifẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ìlú mi kì í ṣe pé mo lọ wádìí pé kalẹ̀ mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ mi bá ti rí ìṣẹ́ pé ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ báyìí ni kò sẹ́ni tó mọ rédíò ìjìnlẹ̀ o gẹ́gẹ́ mọ̀ lálẹ́ yìí kò sẹ́ni tó ń gbọ́
rédíò ìjìnlẹ̀ o
kì í tó wọn fi máa ń kì í ṣe pé wọn.
kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ rédíò ìjìnlẹ̀ online ni rédíò ìjìnlẹ̀ wo inú jẹ́ rédíò ìjìnlẹ̀ ṣé ó ní frequency ni àwa ní frequency àtútù ní transistor àbí kí ló ń pè transistor radio tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Koiki Odùduwà ó wà lẹ́yìn mi bẹ̀ yẹn tó ní frequency nǹkan pè ní rédíò ni pé kó ní frequency nǹkan pè ní rédíò nìyẹn gbogbo ìjìnlẹ̀ rédíò Koiki rédíò àbí àwọn àkókò ní rédíò MixLR lèmi ń pè ní gbogbo ìgbà MixLR 20-something pounds ni mò ń san every month fún bó ṣe wà yẹn èèyàn kan wá ń gbé fàbó fún ọ fún yín wọn náà ní ìjìnlẹ̀ rédíò kọ́ òkòkò rédíò ni gbóhùn sókè sísítà mi mò ń gbádùn yín.
ìkíní tí wọn fi máa ń kì í ṣe pé wọn ò lè gbọ́ ṣùgbọ́n owó oúnjẹ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ń wá káàkiri kò sẹ́ni tó máa ra dátà 200 naira tẹ́pẹ́ ìjìnlẹ̀ àbí fádù àbí Wálé Àlè ló máa fi wò tán kò sẹ́ni tó lágbára ẹ̀ very few people ló ń lo dátà wọn ẹ tẹ bá ní àwọn èèyàn sí Nàìjíríà ẹ rí i pé wọ́n máa ń pa dátà tẹ bá pè wọ́n ìgbà tó má ṣe rí miss call nínú máa flash ń tẹ̀lé pé wọ́n padà nítorí pé ó máa ń waste tó máa ti tan dátà wọn sílẹ̀ ó máa ń waste so because of that wọn popular o adẹ èmi fẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ lálẹ́ yìí kò sẹ́ni tó in fact ẹnìkan ṣoṣo tó popular ní Nàìjíríà bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation Sunday Igboho ní báńkò
wọn rẹ ẹnìkan tó popular ẹnìkan one person tó popular tó ń mọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí o kò ń ṣe Koikimedia but Sunday Igboho ẹ bá ń dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run ẹ bá ń yọ Ọlọ́run lógo Allahu Akbar waste ṣẹrẹ diaspora ẹ̀yin làánú mi ń ṣe jù àánú mi ṣe yín ẹ ń bínú sí Igboho ẹ ń bínú sí olórí ogun ẹ ń bínú sí Igboho mo ní Igboho ló ní kọ́kọ́rọ́ lọ́wọ́ kọ́kọ́rọ́ òun ló Elédùmarè gbélé lọ́wọ́ nísìn tó bá wúkọ́ pẹ́kẹ́ níbi tó wà ẹ́ nísìn gbogbo Nàìjíríà á máa ṣékiṣéki gbogbo Nàìjíríà á máa ṣékiṣéki tó bá tún wúkọ́ tó dákẹ́ àwọn Biafra àwọn yẹn tẹ́ ń bínú ẹ lọ orí Twitter bí àwọn Biafra ojoojúmọ́ ló máa ń kọ́ láti Igboho pé wẹ́ẹ̀sì Igboho Koiki wẹ́ẹ̀sì Igboho wẹ́ẹ̀sì Igboho ló máa ń pè ṣé bàbá mi Adéfọ̀rí àwọn ọmọ Biafra àwọn yẹn mọ̀ pé wọ́n need action àwọn yẹn need action wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé Igboho ló l'action lọ́wọ́ mo tẹ̀ pé àwọn Biafra yẹn tẹ̀mẹ́ tán pè ní Dúpọ̀ ní tìrì àbí Dúpọ̀ jábàjábà àbí mú àbí kílẹ̀ sọ mo tẹ̀ pé àwọn yẹn tẹ̀ gbọ́ rí wọ́n tẹ̀ mo tẹ̀ pọ́n tẹ̀ ẹ lọ sórí Twitter mi kẹ lọ wo àwọn ibi táwọn bá ṣe dé ojoojúmọ́ ló máa ń táàgì mi ojoojúmọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn ọmọ Yorùbá náà á táàgì mi pé kí ni mo ń ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn Biafra orí yóò pè Fúlàní lọ́kọ́ sínú àmì yín nísìn ẹ̀rí nǹkan fi ṣe ẹ̀rí nǹkan fi ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn Fúlàní tó wà nínú àmì yín tó ń nà yín lẹ́gba irú àwọn yẹn bá wọṣọ àmì ẹ imagine kúrò àwọn boys yẹn nísìn yẹ Ìgbòho sì wà ní Germany bó lẹ fẹ́ kó wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ó wà pẹ̀lú àwọn family ẹ̀ a rẹ̀ nídẹ̀ kóun wà níbẹ̀ káà máa bá ṣe wa lọ kó wà pẹ̀lú family wọn ẹ̀yà rí pé mi yà ń báṣẹ lọ ó ti tán kó jókòó sí Germany bọ̀ tó bá wúkọ́ ní Germany tó ní kí n báwọn jẹ́ kíkọ́ yẹn kó jáde as a spokesman ẹ̀ gbogbo Nàìjíríà ètùtù máa mú yín ni ṣùkùṣùkù èmi àti olóyè ti sọ̀rọ̀ láàárọ̀ yìí tó bá ní kí n lọ sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn pé on behalf of olóyè Ìgbòho mo fi jáde o pé statement gbogbo Nàìjíríà paper máa gbé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ à ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation ó kọjá ọ̀rọ̀ àwàdà àwọn yẹn ti sọ́dọ̀ àwàdà kẹ́ríkẹ́rí gbóhùn sókè lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí sísítà mi mo gbádùn yẹn ká gbọ́ díẹ̀ sí.
Sunday Igboho ní báńkò tí kò kẹ Sunday Igboho ní tó ti ń sọ òótọ́ lèmi máa sọ èyí sọ pé tó fẹ́ dún ọmọ Yorùbá nínú tó máa parọ́ fún yín lèmi parọ́ fún yín èyí ṣe olóṣèlú lásọ pé a máa ṣe ọ̀nà wọ́n ti mẹ́kọ́ kò sówó ìwọ̀nba owó tó wà ń bẹ̀ olóṣèlú ti mẹ́kọ́ máa kó jẹ níbẹ̀ kọ́ máa pọ́ bì sí orí oríṣi olóṣèlú lóòótọ́ ilé olóṣèlú ti jáde ní ìṣe olóṣèlú olóṣèlú ló máa sọ fún ẹni tí ò bímọ nígbà tó máa ti wọlé tán ó máa bímọ by fire by force èyí ní ìṣe olóṣèlú tó ti ẹni sìn nǹkan tẹ̀lé rí ni ìdílé mo lè dí láti nàìjíríà mo sọ pé kò sẹ́ni tó gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn pípù yìí o. ẹni tó gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn pípù yìí o. I need more grassroots campaigning.
Okay, which is, you know, very, very understandable. Eshigon, yeah, I'll pass the message to Chief. Olu is fine. You know, yeah, we definitely need grassroots. Yami, and don't mind those distractors that call themselves Adele. How long will they be expecting Adele? I beg, stop your distraction and go and sit down. So Yoruba nation face so that what carry. Princess Awoni, àwọn ìyá àgbàlagbà, àwọn ìyá tó ní làákàyè, àwọn grandma tó ní understanding. Àwọn grandma kan wá ní ìjẹrẹ ojú obìnrin ni láti fẹ́ tẹ̀lé nígbà yẹn. Olúkálùkù wọn sọ jàbá jóbójóbó. Ẹni tó ṣẹ̀dí láti Nàìjíríà àkókò irú àwọn ilé náà tí wọ́n ti wé lọ tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ gbọ́ díẹ̀ nǹkan tó sọ. Yeah, go on, okay.
So that one tell him, you only see the go popular. Tó lè gbẹ́rẹ́.
Wọ́n ní màmá ọmọ popular, ta ló fẹ́ mọ̀? Níbo ló ti fẹ́ mọ̀? Àdúgbò ló ti máa mọ̀.
Gbogbo mú àmọ́ àtàwọn orí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì àwa káàkiri diaspora lámọ̀ ya onítìrí.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n. Ẹ̀yin diaspora tẹ́ wà níta tẹ́ ní internet tẹ́ ń sanwó internet inú ilé yín wọ́n lẹ́yìn nìkan lẹ mọ̀ yá yẹn ẹ̀yin waste time ara yín wọ́n ní kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ Nàìjíríà wọ́n ní kò sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ Nàìjíríà ìbá wà sọ fún yín ẹni ká lọ shut up ẹni ká dákẹ́ ẹ̀yin attack wa ẹ̀ sọ pé àmọ́ tá à ń ṣe àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé a movement it needs a lot of, you know, things to make it happen. Dash me honey. Believe it or not, Chief is the key point of Yoruba nation. Don't mind just because Obama with Chief only inti okay. Bí a ká kọ̀tún bí ẹ tún bí ẹlòmíì tẹ́ ti gbàgbé ẹ mọ̀ pé àwa ta ni lọ́wọ́ àwọn ò ní gbàgbé yín lẹ́ ń gbàgbé àwa máa rán yín létí ẹ̀yin náà ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ gbọ́ ẹ̀yin náà ẹ gbọ́ ariwo yìí over 3 million people ní event ìjọ kan gbóhùn sókè olóyè pé mo gbọ́ pé What you are confused? The love is too much. The love is too much. Bẹ́ẹ̀ kan sí. Ó dùn mí pé ẹni tó rìkọ́dì fídíò yìí àmọ́ ẹni ó deserve ká fún ní 1 million naira ká kọ̀ wá 1 million naira ká gbé fún tó bá wọn kó lọ fi ṣe ó ti yọ àbí must be ṣé o ti gbọ́ fídíò yẹn tàṣà ti ṣe mo mọ̀ kó wọn náà máa dá wọn lóhùn láìpẹ́ yìí pẹ̀lú àwọn headline ó máa dá wọn lóhùn láìpẹ́ yìí mo jẹ́rìí ẹ̀ must be cook out ni tàbí no tapioca ó kì í síbẹ̀ nǹkan tó bá ní nǹkan kì í síbẹ̀ kí má tó sọ di ọ̀dà wọn yẹn pàwọ̀ láìka ọ̀rọ̀ àlùfàǹṣá lọ́dọ̀ wa níbàdí kíní ó kì í síbẹ̀ ó kì í kẹ́ńkẹ́m ànígbòho ni kọ́kọ́rọ́ Yorùbá nation kò ń ṣe pé a fi èmi ò ránà bíi ṣé mo ránà bíi rí ni easy kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ ní gbogbo Miami èmi ò rí Jésù Kristi rí àmọ́ mo gbà fún Jésù torí secondary school tí mo lọ Christian school ni so yẹn kàn lè wá tó wá deceive mi níbi tí mo pé 40 kọ́ wá máa sọ fún mi pé wọ́n pẹran wọ́n ń tẹ̀jẹ̀ sórí kinní kan babaláwo àbórí àbí kí n gbá etí ẹ̀. Mo ná ọmọ èṣù lèmi, ọmọ èṣù lèmi. Wò Quran mi lélẹ̀, Bible mi wà lókè, ìyàwó mi bá ń tọ́jú ẹ̀, ìyẹn wà nínú yàrá lókè, máa fi ń rọrí ni. Quran mi lélẹ̀. Níbi tí ilé ayé dé nísìn kíyàn kan ṣe máa sọ fún mi pé àní Jésù tèmi ànábì tèmi òun ni olóyè Ìgbòho, torí èmi ò bá Jésù pàdé, èmi ò rẹ̀ ránà bí ìbọn, mo gbà fún àwọn méjèèjì. Ó lè san kọ́kọ́ fún mi school start result mi, mo ṣe Christian religious knowledge. Ó lè wá máa pàtàn Christian fẹ́mi, Muslim dẹ̀ ni mí, I was born as a Muslim. Ní traces line tèmi as well, bí ṣe gbọ́ ìtàn bàbá ilé bàbá ìyá bàbá mi white garment church ni. Ó lè parọ́ kankan fún mi níbi tí láyé dé nísìn. Ayé kíyàn kan fúlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn kan ni mo gbé dání, òun láti jẹun nísìn. Wọ́n fún ìfúnjẹ bọ́ mi pa, mo ti jẹun láàárọ̀, mo ti mu Milo, omi tó ń ta Milo àti fresh milk. Èmi ò rí ẹnì kankan náà àwọn yẹn rí, bọ̀ mo gbà fún wọn. Bọ̀ pé olóyè yẹn òun ni òòṣà tiwa, ní tó bá wùn ní kẹ́pẹ́. Idiot all over the place. À ń sọ fún yín pé òun ló ní kọ́kọ́rọ́ lọ́wọ́. Mo ti ń wá ṣẹ́rí, mo ti ń wá kinní láti ẹ̀rí kọ́ náà ló ní kí n gbé mo ti ń wá láti jọ pé blue eye kẹ̀rí kò síbi tó dé ní Turkey kábíyèsí Elédùmarè. Ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ má yẹ kí n kan fún wa o, ẹ má yẹ kí anybody fún wa lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣẹ̀ṣe wa. Àwọn tó bá náwọn àwọn ti gba Jésù, àwọn ò lè máa tọ́ epo sí kinní ẹ̀fà wá káfí máa tọ́ epo. Mò ń kọ̀nsọ́ọ̀tì babaláwo, mò ń kọ̀nsọ́ọ̀tì onífá, mò ń kọ̀nsọ́ọ̀tì kìrìsìtẹ́nì, mò ń kọ̀nsọ́ọ̀tì àfà. Mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta làwa ń lò. Èèyàn ká wá parọ́ fẹ́mi níbi at 40+ níbi tí láyé dé nísìnyí, èèyàn ká wá máa fúlè mi. Màmá mi gan fúlù mi, ó rán mi lọ sí secondary school, Abẹ́òkúta grammar school, Christian school, kò ṣe rán mi lọ sí Ahmadiyya Muslim school kó ní kí n lọ kọ́ kéwú. Ọlọ́run tẹ̀ ló yọrú àwa tábà ti máa di tẹ̀blík, ẹ máa tán pè ní tẹ̀blík. Àwọn yẹn burú bí ṣẹpọ̀nà, wọ́n máa wá sí phase 2 níjọ́ náà lọ́n, ṣòkòtò wọn báyìí lẹ́búlábú ní báyìí. Tọ́ba preach fún ẹ, tó bá ti fall in, òun bá wọn rìnrìn àjò lọ nìyẹn. 10 years ó lè má padà wá sílé mọ́. Irú àwa wà very very lucky ni. Grandma mi ló pè mí pé ẹ̀sìn táwọn yẹn ń ṣe tí wọ́n yẹn ó fẹ́ le díẹ̀ o. Tó bá jẹ́ pé òní máa fẹ́ kírun mọ́, kò kúkú má kírun mọ́, má lọ sí mọ́ṣáláṣí yẹn mọ́. Àwọn onífìlà oníṣòkòtò bẹ́lúbẹ́lú. I'm not here to criticize any ẹ̀sìn kankan. I say it all the time. Religion kan lè mi gbé dání. Ìjà bá ṣe máa bọ́ tí wọ́n náà sórí oúnjẹ lélẹ̀. Mo ti yí òun ò lè jẹ́. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé kíní, mo ti ń wá kíní nísìn. Ẹ mọ̀ pé máa ń lo mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ni. Sórí blue eye tẹ́ ń rí lọ sí Turkey kò wo bọ́ bí òòṣà ni wọ́n worship ẹ̀ ni. Because ojúkójú ò ní rí ẹ. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation yẹn kan ní àwọn ẹ̀bá ní black goat, wọ́n ní ìyàmú àwò. Mo ní ìjìnlẹ̀ níbi tó wà ní Turkey yẹn wọ́n mọ̀. Ìjìnlẹ̀ ní Turkey tó wà yẹn wọ́n mọ̀. Ìyẹn tún kọ́. Nínú Turkey tó wà àní wọ́n mọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀. Kí ló ń ṣe nígbà tí a tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá nation? Kí ni participation ẹ̀ nínú community? Pastor Mo kí ló ń pa iná bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Mo ti lọ́wọ́ trace line tèmi. Màmá bàbá mi white garment ni. Ìyẹn kan ṣe máa mo dẹ̀ like ẹ̀rí pé máa ń lẹ́ǹkan kan. Pàtẹ́wọ́ rẹ ò kọ́rọ́ rẹ lè dá ayọ̀ o. Ẹ má ṣe tiẹ̀ kó mi kan ṣe tèmi. Má contradict anybody. Ìyẹn wọ́n ṣe Christmas. Oníkan máa fún ẹ lóúnjẹ Christmas. Wá ebi apá ṣe gé. Mo gbọ́ ṣe rí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ ní exposure. Àwa ta ti ní exposure tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀. Every day làwa fi mọ tó ń lọ lágbàáyé. Mo máa ń follow àwọn pages kan tó ń ṣe page Yorùbá nation tó ń ṣe àwọn nǹkan tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Plane crash kan ṣẹlẹ̀ ní year kan. Mo rántí year náà orí àwọn fascinating event tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ rí. For them to survive, wọ́n jẹra wọn. Àwọn 16 ló survive. Cannibalism, wọ́n jẹra wọn because àwọn tó bá ti kú wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ bọ́dì yẹn káwọn lè fi survive. A ní ẹ má jẹ pork láyé ìgbà kan nìyẹn. Kó jágbajàgba lọ. Ẹ tó bá wùn kó jẹ, ẹni tó bá wùn kó má jẹ. Èmi ò kí mọ tí kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́ sìn. mo kì í mọtí bọ̀ kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́ sìn bọ̀ nígbà tá a ṣe wà ní Ṣàngó Òde oyè yín ká má gbẹnu sọ èmi ò mọtí mo láìkọ̀ tí ìyẹn làwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi wọ́n máa ń tẹ̀lé mi ta bá lọ club mi nìkan lọ fi wà ní mọ́tò ẹ̀bí kan mọ̀ pé kò sí bó ṣe lè rẹ̀ mí tó èmi ò dẹ́ ń lọ club ẹ máa tanná kí n tó kúrò ní club lọ́ máa ń lé wa kúrò ní club ni àwọn bá ń sà gẹ́gẹ́ kó pé ó ti tanná náà kí lè tún ṣe èmi máa make sure pé mo gbádùn ara mi àwa gbé Yorùbá Nation dání àwa ń try láti educate ara wa èmi náà mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ àwa náà mọ̀ bàbá kí tó ìwà jáde bàbá 88 bàbá tó yẹ kó ra ọmọ gbádùn ayé ẹ lọ́wọ́ àwọn bàbá tó kù wọ́n sì ń lọ patí wọ́n ṣe fàájì bàbá kan wá jáde ó wá gbé rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ fún wa pé Yorùbá Nation ní ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí ìwọ wá ń dúró pé Tinubu ló máa wá yanjú ẹ̀ Tinubu kan náà tó wà ní London mẹ́rin ká lọ síbẹ̀ so ṣé ká gbọ́ díẹ̀ sí àbí ká fi ìtókù lẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ lọ bá ń gbọ́ lọ́dọ̀ sísítà mi ẹ lọ gbọ́ lọ́dọ̀ sísítà mi ẹ lọ gbọ́ lọ́dọ̀ àṣà àti ṣe sọ Yorùbá Nation di àwàdà kẹ́ríkẹ́rí à ń sọ nǹkan tó wà very very important. Mo rí àwọn Alba Party láàárọ̀ nígbà tí mo ń ṣe report mi kí ni wọ́n sọ láàárọ̀ ẹ mọ̀ kí mo ti ṣàlàyé àwọn Alba Party fún yín àwọn yẹn ni party tó ń support right to self determination of àwọn Scottish people. Mo kí mọ́mí wa Tinúkẹ́ Adéjùwọ̀n ẹ ṣé gan ni mà mo fi tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ kí bàbá wa dé dawn èmi ò ní kẹ́ ẹ believe in time sọ bó ṣe Nàìjíríà máa ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ tó bá máa ṣiṣẹ́ sọ fún wa ẹ sọgbà náà kódà káwa lè prepare mind wa pé Nàìjíríà máa ṣiṣẹ́ Mr. Koiki bọ̀ fún ní time díẹ̀ sí so that kí lè máa sọ fún àwọn Yorùbá pé in another 10 years in another 30 years Nàìjíríà máa ṣiṣẹ́ ta ló lè jáde tó lè fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé Nàìjíríà máa ṣiṣẹ́ ta ló lè fọwọ́ sọ̀yà níbi tílẹ̀ mọ́dé lálẹ́ níbi tílẹ̀ ṣúdé bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí nísìn bí èmi ṣe ń rí brightness ní China ní Japan àwọn ti wà lóru wọ́n ti ń sùn. That shows the difference between the world that we are living today. And we come out, a máa lo gbogbo different things. Energy ta ni mo ní mo fẹ́ lọ sùn tẹ́lẹ̀ ni mo tó pé ká ṣàtúnṣọ bí méjì mẹ́ta for every time we speak new people. Ẹ máa lọ bá àwọn politicians kan máa sọ fún yín pé àwọn máa fix Nigeria. The same door tẹ́ ń rí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí TikTok àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Koikimedia backup ilẹ̀kùn number 10 Downing Street ẹ̀ mo post picture yẹn láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. Inú ibẹ̀ ni Peter Obi wọ̀ tó jáde tó wá sọ pé òun fi ṣe president kí ló sọ fún nínú ilé ń bẹ̀ because wọ́n mọ̀ pé in tó wá ṣe ni pé ó wá distract àwọn Biafra lórí movement wọn Peter Obi nísìn òun ló ń kọ̀ǹdó làwọn tó kú nísìn káàkiri ni kò ní ever jẹ́ Nigerian president ni mo sọ fún yín kàkà kí Peter Obi jẹ́ Tinubu máa ríga rẹ̀ wọlé ni Tinubu máa tún ríga rẹ̀ wọlé ni kó dẹ̀ ríga rẹ̀ wọlé Buhari náà ṣe the same thing. Àjókòó síbí a máa sọ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Délé Ògún tẹ́ bá lọ follow wọn lórí Twitter irú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn follow wọn tẹ́ bá gbọ́ detail bí ẹ̀gbọ́n ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa this fake country Mr. Délé Ògún ẹ lọ sórí page wọn @Délé Ògún Auto ló ń jẹ́ lórí Twitter. A fatherless people, the secret story of how Nigeria missed the road to the promised land. Lára wíwọ́ tọkọ lélẹ̀ fatherless people. Èèyàn kan ní I am a proud Nigerian. Ìwọ tó wà nù ṣẹ́ oní you are a proud Nigerian. Tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé irú àwọn Davido fúnra rẹ̀ gan fòfin Nigerian passport travel now. Ọmọ Amẹ́ríkà ni Davido. Ẹ fara yín wé àwọn ọmọ olówó. Kàmáà tẹ̀ tí wàá sọ pé àwọn ọmọ olówó àwọn tó wà òkè díẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ẹ fara yín wéra wọn. Àwọn yẹn ló lè máa claim I'm a true Nigerian. Ìwọ tíṣẹ́ ti ba ayé jẹ́ tó ti bọ̀rún jẹ́ just basic òun lélẹ̀ èmi òun lóògùn but ẹ mọ̀ as a journalist a máa ń mú oríṣiríṣi nǹkan kiri ní sórí mo òun lóògùn but ó kàn máa ń wà nù báàgì mi because a kì í mọ̀ níjọ́ míì òun ni ibuprofen just the basic things lásán ẹ lè rà oògùn yìí nísìnyí kò pé 50p tí mo fi rà ní store ó dẹ̀ lè ra ju ẹyọ kan lọ oògùn tẹ́ ń rí nísìnyí ibuprofen àwọn ọmọ Igbo lọ ṣe fake and consume. Different shit is going on in that country. Elomi eko. You are dying gradually nínú Nigeria. Mosha. Yeah, minimum of 2 none here. But you really see, Awara, I send a silly found to one lay so that key on my bow affected by the fake drug to attack in Nigeria. There's just too much problem in that country. Problem Nigeria, Sherry problem Nigeria, how come I find any headache in me? So why are we looking for headache when there's another option? I want to go kawa in one formation, kawa in one force. I want to yakonde odik no emi mimo declare Yoruba nation. Emi mimo nibo. Ya ile so emi mimo fe mi ni. Nbolo ti re emi mimo na. Ko jagba lo. Biafra gan tó lé fọn tó lé kan náà gan. Wọ́n sì wà lẹ́nu ẹ̀. Mr. Dele Ogun ní 23 hours ago, the liberation of Nigerians from one Nigeria through the Orange Union is coming. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ restructuring, kò street through federalism, gbogbo tí Awólọ́wọ̀ sọ kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Wọ́n destroy gbogbo ẹ̀, wọ́n gé gbogbo map, wọ́n yọ so much kúrò lára ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Wọ́n pín Nàìjíríà bó ṣe wù wọ́n. Àwa tá wá jẹ́ citizen, àwa wá ń struggle. Why are we struggling? Ẹ wo Central London lánàá. Mo kàn wo gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké. Àwọn mo wá sọ fún mọ́ sí mi mo ní Central London. Àwọn Neferati, àwọn like Tinubu anyway. Ọmọ Peter Obi ni, mo máa ń follow ẹ̀. If Bola Tinubu attract $20 billion in foreign diaspora investment and grows Nigerian GDP economy by the mere 4%, I will campaign and vote for him in 2027. The die is cast. Pé kò possible. Pé tí Tinubu bá rí $20 billion FDI to dey grow Nigerian economy by 4%. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Pastor Mo, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ open mind yín. We are not here to push anybody. Gbogbo àná làjọ máa ṣe. Kò sí èmi sọ fún yín. Báàgì mi tọ́ba ti sọ pé ó ti yá Mr. Koiki. Àwa ń bọ̀ nsàlẹ̀ nìyẹn. Èmi mo fi yẹn dẹnu, mo ń bọ̀ nsàlẹ̀. Because èmi fẹ́ witness ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó máa pàtàn ẹ̀fẹ́ mi láti inú London. Ẹ wo journalist mo pàdé ní number 10 dání. Òun ló ya picture, òun ló bá mi ya picture tó tẹ̀ rí yẹn tẹ́ wà lórí TikTok. Bọ̀bọ́ òyìnbó yẹn. Ẹni tó bá ń gbọ́ program ẹ̀ lánàá, mo ti ṣe mistake, mo bá jẹ́ kó sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa tán. Ó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ, bọ̀ nígbà tí mo wá ní kó súnmọ́ kámẹ́rà pé kí n lè píkẹ̀. Ó ní 1980 lòun wá Nàìjíríà. Ó ní kò sí nǹkan kan tó lè rí ṣe ní Nàìjíríà, corruption ni. Ẹ mọ̀, ó wá ṣọwọ́ báyìí. Ó ní everything. Àgbàlagbà òyìnbó ni. Ìwọ tó bí lánàá, ẹlòmíì tó ṣẹ̀ bí ní, ẹlòmíì tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ṣẹ̀ ìṣòro wá wà lórí TikTok. Ìwọ ọmọ tí wọ́n fi TikTok ṣe ní China. Ṣé o fi pé nonsense táwọn fi TikTok ṣe yìí lọ́n fi ṣe China? Wọ́n fi ń tajà ní. Wà á rí pé àwọn ibì kan wọ́n máa polówó toilet roll, wọ́n máa polówó aṣọ tó ń tà. Ó jẹ́ kí ìwọ náà máa fi polówó nǹkan tó ń tà nínú Nàìjíríà ni. Anyway, oríṣiríṣi náà lẹ̀ kúkú ń tà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ta pọ́nrán lẹ́ ń ta dis. Àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ àlùfàǹṣá lórí platform wa. But lọ́dọ̀ tiwa níbi self-determination. Ìyẹn ò mí pé ká má jayé o. I'm not saying torí a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation ká má ní life o. We must have a life. Mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi triple DRS. But what we are saying is that we must be preparing our mind pé àní Nàìjíríà ò kì í ṣe country yẹn. Stop living in denial and stop fooling yourselves pé Nàìjíríà máa dá. Ẹgbọ́n sókè bàbá wa ẹ bá a ṣe ní kíákíá. Àwa nìyẹn. Aṣẹ́dùmarè. Ẹ dẹ̀ rántí kẹ́ support GoFundMe wa. Mo ń gbọ́, mo wà lórí program o.
Èyí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni wípé èmi ọmọ tí wọ́n ti máa ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan báyìí àwọn GoFundMe tẹ̀ ń sọ yẹn.
Ẹ̀yin ò máa wọrí ẹ̀bí ẹ̀ ti send ẹ̀bí àti send náírà kò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá lè ṣe GoFundMe ẹ̀bí ẹ̀ ti fún wa náírà. Má stress ara yín. Ìtẹ́ ti ṣe yẹn ti wọ̀ ókè akọ̀yìn kókò wà lójú kan ẹ̀mọ̀ kó tó bá wà lójú kan ló ṣe é ná. Tó bá ti sí lójú kan yẹn á máa ná bó bá ṣe ń wọlé ni. Ìyẹn la ṣe fẹ́ gbà yẹn kó wà lójú kan kò bá jọ ọdún kan náà kò no problem. Mo wà lórí ètò so ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá.
Mo gbọ́ nípa ṣé mo lè sọ̀rọ̀.
Akílódé tẹ́lẹ̀ sọ nígbà tá àdéhùn yín kò dẹ́ ń ṣe military platform.
Mo gbọ́ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ rédíò tẹ́rí nípa ọ̀rọ̀ rédíò yẹn kò sí nǹkan tí ń jẹ́ ìjìnlẹ̀ kankan ní
ìjìnlẹ̀ kankan o 419 ni.
torí tí mo rà àwọn rédíò tí mo rà tí mo fún bí márùn tí mo rà lọ́wọ́ bàbá ọmọ Lúkà tí mo ní wọ́n bá mi há fáwọn èèyàn nílùú wa ní ìlú tẹ́ bá rí àdúrà tí wọ́n ń ṣe fún mi láàárọ̀ gbogbo wọn tó ti pè mí káríkárí.
Nísìnyí bàbá mi yàtọ̀ sí pé àwọn èèyàn máa gbọ́ tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa which is on Saturday because we're expensive ní shortwave wọ́n á tún láǹfààní àti máa gbọ́ èyí tó sì jẹ́ ti present Nigeria radio ẹlòmíì ò lè ra rédíò yẹn èyí táwọn náà fáwọn èèyàn nísìn bàbá ìra 5 ẹlòmíì ò lówó láti rà tó bá dẹ̀ yá later on tá a bá ní àǹfààní pé tá a bá tún rà another group tó lè ní Mr. Koiki ẹ fún wa ní 3-6 months àwa máa ṣe fún yín àfún yín ní frequency ẹ̀yin ò ní láti àwọn gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ làwa máa ṣe ẹ̀yin kan lọ ṣe frequency FM kẹ́yìn fún àwa ká máa polongo ẹ̀ but for now orí shortwave ló wà mo gbádùn yín bàbá wa Kẹ́hìndé Òsénì ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò Italy ni bàbá yẹn wà mo gbọ́ yín.
tí n bá sọ fún yín wípé láàárọ̀ gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n tó ti pè mí ráǹdì lẹ́nu tí wọ́n tó ti ṣe àdúrà fún mi wọ́n ní gbogbo tí wọ́n bá wọn sọ ti pẹ́ wọ́n ní sẹ̀sẹ̀ ń yí àwọn ọlọ́ọ̀bá ń gbọ́ wọ́n ní kò sí tọ́jà bí wípé ká dá wà ní tòótọ́ o.
dáwà ní.
àwọn náà ti wá mẹ́nu bá àwọn ọba pé àwọn ọba náà wà lára
ẹ ṣe backup team wa níta ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa nìyẹn bára wa jà bínú síra wa a kàn sọ pé Nàìjíríà ò work mo ń gbádùn yín bàbá mi.
lára àwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́ nílùú tèmi ò ní wò lára àwọn tí wọ́n gbọ́ náà fún ni wọ́n sá bẹ́ẹ̀ mi pé àwọn ọ̀làgbára àti mo tún fowó mẹ́rin tẹ́ sí ọmọ Lúkà ní
Ọlọ́run abóyin láṣìírí abóyin láṣìírí.
kí wọ́n tún bá mi kó mẹ́rin kí wọ́n tún bá mi sẹ́ẹ̀dì mẹ́rin lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ wa bí n ṣe máa ra díẹ̀ fáwọn èèyàn nìyẹn.
tó bá dẹ̀ ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa ẹ ṣé gan ni lágbára Ọlọ́run máa bòyìn láṣìírí iṣẹ́ dẹ̀ ló ń ṣe tó fi ń rà kò ṣe pé ọ̀fẹ́ ló fi iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe lọ́hùn.
ètò ọ̀sẹ̀lẹ̀ lánàá tẹ́ ẹ ti rí gómìnà Lagos State kí wọ́n gbé.
ó dà pé Lagos State governor ti intervene pẹ̀lú recruitment yẹn let's see what happened ó dà pé Lagos State intervene.
àwọn tí wọ́n wá gbégbèsè yẹn tí wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn ó yẹ kí wọ́n lè kó wọn jáde kí wọ́n ṣojú wọn.
wọ́n ṣojú wọn náà ìbòjú wọn wà ní fídíò ó kọ́ ẹ̀ pé kọ́ ṣojú wọn pé nígbà tó bá ti mú wọn mọ́ gbé fún investigation lẹ́mìnàbí.
àwọn tí wọ́n gbé fake certificate yẹn kí wọ́n ṣe fún wọn.
ẹ̀kọ́ ọlọ́pàá kó wọn kọ́ wá mú wọn bíi criminal yes definitely I do agree kò ń ṣe pé ká má gbọ́ kankan mọ́ kọ́kọ́ di pé gbogbo ẹ̀ ti lọ fẹ́ àìmọye àwọn innocent people tó wà ní prison nísìn parọ́.
kí wọ́n gbójú wọn jáde kí gbogbo èèyàn orí wọn. àjẹ kíní yìí kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wa gbégbèsè lé lérí kí wọ́n wá wádìí gbogbo àwọn àmì tó wà ní fíṣí baraki ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nípò tó fi mọ́ ìyá Haúsá gan wọ́n wádìí gbogbo ẹ̀ yìí ti tẹ àmì baraki ṣé ẹ mọ́ ti tẹ police station kí wọ́n wádìí gbogbo certificate gbogbo wọn kí wọ́n mọ̀ ìyá Haúsá kankan o kí wọ́n mọ̀ ìyá Haúsá kankan sí iṣẹ́ yẹn kí wọ́n yan ọmọ ọkọ Yorùbá tó bá jọ ọmọ ọkọ Yorùbá gidi.
ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa thanks so much.
ẹ bá wa kí wọ́n bá wa gbégbèsè lélẹ́rí ní kíákíá tó irú àwọn bàbá pọfẹsọ Bánjí Akíntóyè náà kí wọ́n bá wa kọ lẹ́tà ránṣẹ́ káàkiri fún gbogbo nǹkan tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí kí wọ́n bá wa tẹ̀lé.
agbọ́dọ̀ rí Tinubu ó ti di dandan Tinubu gbọ́dọ̀ fún wa láyè ká wá sọ̀rọ̀ àìrè rídí tá a ṣe fẹ́ lọ fún òun náà so ó gbọ́dọ̀ fún wa láyè bó fẹ́ bó kọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ fún wa láyè.
ìtọ́sẹ̀lẹ̀ lánàá yìí tipẹ́tipẹ́ ní ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
wọ́n ti àwọn mẹ́rin fífún wọ́n ti fi ọ̀nà ewu wọ sí àmì.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
ìtọ́fà nìyẹn tí wọ́n ti ń sọ pé àwọn Haúsá ní ọ̀pọ̀ jù ní sí àmì àwọn Fúlàní ní ìtọ́fà ni o ààrẹ ni o.
ọ̀dà ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa mo kí ẹ ṣé gan ni mo kí bàbá wa Kẹ́hìndé Òsénì ẹ kú náwó ẹ kú wà Silver Badmus mo kí ẹ ń bẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń bẹ lórí MixLR ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí mọ́mì mi ìyá wa Gbémisọ́lá Lawal mo kọ́lọ̀ foríjì bàbá màmá ìyá wa Ọlájùmọ̀kẹ́ TJ bàbá wọn kú níjọ́ I think 31st so where are we are still saying that mo kí ìyá wa Ọmọládé Dada orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá la fẹ́ ní kíákíá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. I know a lot of us are frustrated because àwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé tó bá wá sí ìmúṣẹ náà ni gbogbo nǹkan máa di pé a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí review but nígbà tí kò ń ṣe pé a wà ní anarchy stage, sí nínú anarchy stage, so we are still in a movement that is talking to people, trying to explain reasons. Mo kí Ìjáyà, mo kí Kúnlé Bakers, mo kí Mr. Ṣẹ́gun Ọ̀nà, mo kí Àwàgbémisọ́lá, Ìyàwó Agbémilékè, and many of you like that and like that. Àtẹ̀ntàrántí gbogbo náà là ń fi kí. Mo kí mọ́mí wa grandma, àwọn ṣẹ̀ dé láìpẹ́ ni wọ́n ti padà sí base wọn. Ìyàwó Rafiat, wọ́n ní Mr. Koiki, táwọn Bánlé, get us a be. Things are getting very tough. And things will get more tougher because we're not blaming everything on Tinubu because Tinubu just came into the country as a president, but Nigeria has been destroyed for a very long time. So what we are doing every day, what they've been doing every day anyway, is just that everybody just keep talking, we're talking, trying to find a solution, but these politicians are becoming very, very powerful. And the more they get power, the more they suppress the masses. And it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Politicians do not have to be very powerful. They are meant to be serving us. But it's the other way around. They've become so powerful, and many people, rather than face your politician, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And like I said, we are not here, to pull down any religion. I have said it so many times. I'm not fighting because of the religion. It's not because of religion. I'm fighting because it's a right. And that right will be respected whether the government likes it or not. I don't care whether Tinubu is satisfied with it or not. So let's talk about Alba Party. Alba Party, I've told us, is a political party in Scotland that are asking for one thing and one thing alone, the right of the Scottish people. Why are you trying to remain in Nigeria when Scotland and the Scottish people don't want to remain in the same union called Great Britain or United Kingdom? So Kila in Nigeria, what is the benefit of us in that one Nigeria? Is it the passport? Is it the passport? Is it the name? Yes, not going to come easy because we're not at war. And we're not in a situation room where everything is completely, chaos. Some SNP, MMP absolutely love being at Westminster, just like some of our senators. They love to be in Abuja. Equivalent. Only Lara won SNP. SNP is one of the political party in Scotland. Scottish National Party, I guess they're called. Only they love to be in Westminster. Just like I want to say, they love to be in Abuja because Abuja be opportunity for them, and that's why they do everything to make sure that they come back again. Top match election again is saying I'm also to my to restricting is saying top my the election 2027 is saying because of a para Senate could have contest below. So it will pull out money. The same thing pẹ̀lú Gbenga Daniel àti ìtàn pè ní Yayi. Àwọn mẹ́ta tí mo mọ̀ nìyẹn lógùn state. Gbogbo àwọn tó kù mọ̀ mọ̀ ẹ̀yin náà lè fi tàwọn tọ̀dọ̀ tí ẹ fi sínú comment section. That is why they want to remain in Senate for a very, very long time. Ẹ rántí bàbá tí mo fún ní close range interview. Bọ̀bọ̀ kìíní ìgbà tó ń ṣe kéèsì kékeré màdùn ní London. The video is on the social media. Mo tètè mọ̀ pé senator ni. Ó ti wà níbẹ̀ nísìn for a very long time. So I'm being a senator as long as tó bá ti rẹ́ni tó máa beat ẹ tó dẹ̀ máa challenge ẹ, you automatically be a senator. And owó tó dẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n, they have a lot of money. So ṣé ìwọ ọ̀dọ́ lè ta ló lè okay ẹ jẹ́ ká start with this. Ta ló lè challenge àwọn mẹ́ta tí mo dárúkọ yẹn nísìn in the next coming election ta ló lè challenge Yayi, ta ló lè challenge Gbenga Daniel, ta ló lè challenge Ìbùkúnlé Amósùn? These three represent Ogun State. Who among us can challenge them and win that election without any iota of anything? A máa náwó, a máa nọ́ra, a máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Ta ló lè challenge wọn? Ṣé fi pé ẹ lè challenge wọn? No, you can't. You can't. Because politics don't play. Táwọn play yẹn, politics ẹ̀ bàtàmàlà. Politics a máa para wa, politics olè, politics a máa ṣògùn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, wọ́n ṣògùn ju kí ló dálẹ̀ lọ. Wọ́n ṣe dẹ́ndẹ́ ògùn ju kí ló dálẹ̀ lọ. Kò sí nǹkan tó rán níbẹ̀, but wọ́n ṣògùn pé kí ẹ̀yin aráàlú kí iye yín kó má ṣí. Politics táwọn play kò ń ṣerú politics táwọn play ní UK. Politics yìí hold àwọn member of parliament nílùú yìí, a máa hold wọn responsible for anything that doesn't go right. But politics táwọn play, politics yìí, they go die there. Who among you can challenge any of your senator in your state? If it's in the comment section. If it's in the comment section, who can challenge them? Now, let's go back again to Alba Party. She says, they went further to say, don't believe us. It is the view of Mia Black, their deputy leader down there. Just about now, she's like, Emma believe her. But hope that do you think that these three people representing Ogun State will go there and talk about the right of the Yoruba people in terms of even what we favor us in Yoruba land? Ṣé feel pé àwọn senator mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tí mo dárúkọ l'Ogun State, Yayi, ìkọ̀ olè ní Yayi, ó kúrò l'Àlímọ̀ṣọ́, èmi mọ̀, because Àlímọ̀ṣọ́ ló wà. Game tó dẹ̀ fi gbá, Yayi fẹ́ di governor, òun náà sì fẹ́ di governor. Ẹ lọ kọ sílẹ̀. Ọlámilékan kìíní kan ló ń jẹ́ Yayi. Mo ti délé ẹ̀ tó wà ní Ìkẹjà, àkọ́bá níjọ́ ta lọ ni èmi àti brother mi, because APC ni brother mi ṣe. Mo láǹfààní àti rí sójú, but adélé ẹ̀ ní Ìkẹjà. Ó ti sá kúrò ní Àlímọ̀ṣọ́ nísìn, ó ti sá lọ sí Ogun State, so ó ti ń prepare ground fẹ́yìn ọmọ Ogun State. Owó burúkú wà lọ́wọ́ wọn in billions of naira. Àwọn yẹn ní ṣẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ owó lọ́wọ́. They've been able to absorb so much that during the campaign of election, ìtawà ń wá, ṣé mi wá £50,000. Ẹ kàn wá £50,000 is less than 50 million or thereabout. Billion làwọn máa gbé jáde. When election comes, billion ló máa ná. Because wọ́n máa tẹ t-shirt, wọ́n máa ṣe fìlà. Campaign wọn, mo ti tẹ̀lé wọn dé campaign rally rí. Wọ́n dẹ̀ jẹ́ kó yé mi pé mọ́tò tó ń lọ níwájú yẹn o, because mi wà ní mọ́tò ọbàkan mi. Ó ní ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, mo ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Ó ní ṣe mọ̀ pé lẹ́ǹkan yẹn, àwọn eruku tó wá bá wa yẹn, mo ní yẹn. Ó jẹ́ pé mo bọ́ fìlà nígbà tá a fẹ́ máa padà bọ̀. Mo ní yẹn, ó ní bìkan òun fẹ́ kọ́ tó disturb òun mọ́. Ó ní bọ̀ mọ́tò tó ń lọ níwájú yẹn kò sẹ́ni kankan tó mọ̀. Ó ní bọ̀ owó wà nínú mọ́tò tó ń lọ níwájú yẹn. Wọ́n máa ń gbówó rìn ní nígbà campaign. Mo ní ẹ̀ ó ní yẹn. Mo ní bọ̀ mọ́tò yìí look ràkàtí àkòrí sẹ́ńtọ̀. Ó ní kí n má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó ní owó burúkú wà ní mọ́tò yẹn. Àpò òun súnmọ́ wọn dáadáa. Ó ní owó wà ní mọ́tò yẹn. Ìtọ́fin deceive yìí nìyẹn. So owó tó máa ń fún wọn ní àwọn as the election is coming, àwọn owó tẹ máa ń gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn yẹn, àwọn owó tó máa ń fún yín yẹn, àwọn owó ìgbóná ni, owó gbà má lè wá bí mi lọ́rọ̀ kankan mọ́. So they give you those money. You know, I witnessed it. I saw it. Kódà mo wà nílé nígbà yẹn tó ń ṣe campaign ní gbogbo kan, nígbà tí woman tó jẹ́ deputy governor Ogun State, òun gọ́gọ́ kọ́ ló fẹ́ lò. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ̀ nípa politics. Ó rà pé bàbá ẹ̀ gan kú, ó ń ṣe bí i 8 days bàbá ẹ̀ tẹ̀lé wọn débẹ̀ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. They're all the same thing. They're telling lies. All these politicians are I thought Ọkùnrin nínú wọn, they're all 419 as far as I'm concerned. And now I fix Ogun State fún wa. Ogun State irọ́ ò lè fix. It's all lies. Ẹni káwọn ọmọ Ogun State jáde nísìn tí gbogbo wọn bá fẹ́ lọ ṣojúde ọba nísìn mọ́tò yín á máa ṣe gbàgà gbogbo kò sí títì kò sọ́nà. Púpọ̀ nù yín ẹ máa ra bottle water dání lọ sí ojúde ọba ni. Tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́ mú ẹ̀yin diaspora kẹ́ mú pure water. Ẹ̀yẹ́ mú pure water ẹ̀ yàgbẹ́ gbóná kúrò ní Nàìjíríà ni. Wá gbé lómi padà sí Amẹ́ríkà àti UK àti Europe níbi tẹ́tí ń bọ̀. Àwọn tó wà nílé wọ́n lè máa mú pure water. Diaspora ò ní lọ sí ojúde ọba kó náà fẹ́ máa bá wọn mú pure water. Ó ṣe máa fi mú pure water. Omi tó mọ̀ bí tó ti ń ṣe. So why are we living in denial? Yes, there's nothing wrong with all those activities and those festivities and whatever it is. But we are talking about how we can transform it to even become a venture láti fi ní owó gidi lọ́wọ́ ní Ogun State. Ojúde ọba lásán ó yẹ kó máa generate revenue of billions of dollars fún wa ní every year. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn gọ́vnà jagbajagba, àwọn gọ́vnà olè, Ọ̀ṣọ́ba jáde nísìnyí sọ kábàkàbà lẹ́nu. Àwọn tó hoard owó kó dá padà fún Tinubu kí Tinubu lè rí náírà lò. Káwa diaspora náà ká send owó wá kó lè rí owó lò, ká send dollar kó lè rí owó lò. On played on behalf of Tinubu, ìyẹn Ọ̀ṣọ́ba, the former governor of Ogun State. Àwọn náà ní kàbá, àwọn èèyàn kan ló jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé Koiki tẹ́ bá ní kàbá, àwọn yẹn ní kàbá because àwọn èèyàn ò need appointment láti rí Tinubu. Ọ̀ṣọ́ba ò ní àti kí ni the other bàbá yẹn Bísí Àkàndé. Àwọn yẹn máa ṣílẹ̀kùn Aso Rock kan máa láti rí Tinubu. Wọ́n ní tán pè ní kàbá nìyẹn. Buhari náà nírú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà tóun náà wà lórí oyè. But what are they going to gain out of it now? Even if Tinubu doesn't give them anything, even if they ask for nothing, but for the fact that pé àníyàn tí wọ́n ní pé kí Tinubu débẹ̀, ọmọ Yorùbá débẹ̀, ó ti débẹ̀, right? Kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tó bá wá lọ tán? Ṣé tí máa ní access sí Aso Rock ẹ̀yin bàbá òfò yìí, ẹ̀yin bàbá jágbajàgba. Tí Tinubu bá ṣe tán, ṣé tí máa ní access sí Aso Rock? Ẹ̀yin bàbá ìkà. Gbogbo yín Ọ̀ṣọ́ba yìí báyìí ló ti wá ṣe operation ẹsẹ̀. Ó ṣe ní Ogun State níbi tó ti govern. Ìwọ ṣe ẹsẹ̀ yẹn, ẹsẹ̀ tí ó ń dùn ẹ̀yẹn, ìwọ Ọ̀ṣọ́ba Olúṣẹ́gun Ọ̀ṣọ́ba wọn mo bá sọ̀rọ̀. Ìwọ ṣe ní Ogun State. Ṣègbó governor Ogun State rí. Ṣé ó kí ló dé tí wọ́n ṣe níbẹ̀? Ẹ lè ṣe níbẹ̀. Ó wá sí London, ó wá ṣe ẹsẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn tẹjọ jẹ́ sàwáwù. Àwọn èèyàn máa lọ lo àgbo, wọ́n máa lọ lo abáramẹ́dì. Òun wá síbi tó ti máa scan ẹsẹ̀ yẹn, tó ti máa tọ́jú ẹsẹ̀ yẹn dáadáa. Ṣé ìwọ better off àwọn tẹjọ ṣèjọba níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn ni? Tìbẹ́jọ́ ṣe àwọn kan lẹ́jọ́ ṣe ìjọba, àwọn kan tí kùnú wọn náà. I'm sure ẹ ṣì máa ní àwọn setting, àwọn age mate yín. The same set of people will tell you lies, and this lie continue and they build on that lies. Lies yẹn lẹ ń build lé lórí táwọn àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké náà wá ń rò pé àwọn náà máa di jagaban níjọ́ kan. Ó lè di jagaban nínú Nàìjíríà rọ́ ló ń pa. Because agbára ń padà lọ sí north. Tinubu gbọ́dọ̀ gbé agbára padà fún wọn. Ẹrù fà ń dúró de agbára. Mo rí tí Àtíkù tún sọ pé ó máa contest wèrè láti 1980 l'Àtíkù tí ń contest oró burúkú. Ó tún náà máa contest because fi gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ó lówó tó fi ná dáadáa, owó tó ti jí kúrò Nàìjíríà as a vice president. Ẹ lọ bèrè lọ́wọ́ Ọbásanjọ́ kẹ́ bèrè bí ó jí owó àbí ó jí owó. They are all the same. Àwa wá ní headache, àwa wà ní bíá palọ̀. Àwọn èèyàn máa sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà, orí á máa fọ́ wọn. Tó bá ti lọ sí party báyìí níbi tó ti ń ṣe fàájì lọ, tẹ́tí ń jó Wàsíù, ọ̀rẹ́ tẹ́tí ń jó Besere, tẹ́tí ń jó Pasuma, tẹ́tí ń jó E-Money, tẹ́tí ń jó this. Tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà báyìí, gbogbo orí adé fọ́ gbigbigbigbigbigbigbigbi. Ìyàn kan dẹ̀ ló kọ́ máa sọ pé mo máa send owó sí ìyàn kan, kíní kan Nàìjíríà. Gbogbo mood yìí máa bàjẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ni. Irú ayé wo nìyẹn? Kí la ṣe? Mo lọ sí Central London lánàá, mo wá àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké, àwọn people, àwọn èèyàn oríṣiríṣi. Àwa ṣọlẹ̀ dé London. In táwọn èèyàn wá ń ṣe nígbà tí a ń pè Nàìjíríà ń ṣiṣẹ́ nìyẹn in the 80s. Àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà bá dé sílùú yìí láti airport lọ́tí máa ní welcome sir, welcome ma. How many weeks are you using? No, just 7 days. Because wọ́n ní business, wọ́n ẹlòmíì gbọ́dọ̀ resume iṣẹ́. Mọ̀mísí tàwa ẹ̀mọ́ sọ U-turn ni mọ̀mísí mi ṣe. Tó bá gbéra lálẹ́ Friday pẹ̀lú Nigerian Airways, ó gbọ́dọ̀ dé Nàìjíríà padà níjọ́ Sunday, àjọ ń jẹ breakfast ni. U-turn ló ń ṣe lọ sí America because ó gbọ́dọ̀ resume síbi iṣẹ́ ní àárọ̀ ọjọ́ Monday. Bó ṣe ń tajà ló ń ṣe business. Gbogbo àwọn ìyá wa ló ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìyàwó wa mélòó ló ń ṣe business mọ́ ní Nàìjíríà nísìn? wọ́n ti yáwó lápò, yáwó this, yáwó that, gbogbo business ti di gbáwó. Ẹni tó ń ta góòlù ó ti dẹni tó ń tọrọ jẹ. Ẹlòmíì tó bá sọ fún ẹ pé ìyá yẹn ta góòlù, àwọn ní góòlù, ó ta góòlù rí. Ìyá yóò ta góòlù rí. Ẹ mọ̀ ni wọ́n ta góòlù. Nàìjíríà wa bà gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Àwọn máa lọ ṣẹ́wó lọ́wọ́ àwọn málà. Àṣe crime sì ni pé ká lọ máa ṣẹ́wó lọ́wọ́ málà. Àṣà àtẹ̀mọ̀ nísìnyí mo ṣe wá rí pé mo lọ gba wa Western Union ìgbà Nàìjíríà. Mo lọ gba Western Union kan níjọ́ ní. Mo wá wọnú building ni mo wá ní kí ló dé tí wọ́n nírú structure báyìí ní Nàìjíríà kó wọnú bank kó yẹ pé ibìkan máa wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ bank nínú First Bank, GT, Access, Wema Bank. Tó bá iṣẹ́ tàwọn yẹn ni pé kọ́kọ́ change owó fún ẹ wá mo kí ìyá mi 60 angel ọmọ wọn wà lára àwọn tó kú. Ẹ má bínú pé mo tún rán yín létí. Ìlú òfò, ìlú rádaràda, ìlú tó ti àwọn ìyá ò lè gbogbo àwọn tó ń ra lace ẹ lè wọ lace gidi mọ́. Èmi wá ń pariwo Yorùbá nation. Ìyá kan tó máa ń sọ fún mi pé ta lọmọ tó ń pariwo láwùn yẹn. Gbogbo aṣọ tẹ́ ń wọ̀ ó ti gbómọ yín lára. Wọ́n ti fi ń ṣẹ̀sín ní Nàìjíríà. Ẹ máa wá àwọn kú kan, àwọn bàbá òfò, àwọn bàbá tó yẹ pé wọ́n lè kúkú ta, wọ́n lè ṣe, but àwọn ìyá yẹn náà máa gbé sí wọn lára. Ṣòṣì bẹ̀rùn aṣẹ́wó káàkiri ní Nàìjíríà, nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àná à ń jayé. Ṣáyé lẹ́yìn jẹ yẹn. Àwọn tó jayé nírú àwọn bàbá tiwa, àwọn ló ráyé jẹ. Àwọn ráyé kankan jẹ mọ́. Kí n ṣe òbé, èlérè. Á play fún mi ní pálọ̀ mi. Inú living room bàbá mi lọ ti ń play. Nòbé máa ti play tílẹ̀ máa fi mọ́. Àwọn ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó bá níwọ̀ lọ́pa tí a máa ní kí ló dé. Ṣé kò ní party lóde ní weekend yìí ni. A ní kó gaṣọ sí wọn lọ́rùn. Mọ̀mísí mi ló jẹ́ kémi mọ̀ pé nígbà tí àwọn wọnú ilé bàbá mi, wọ́n máa ń sọ fún wọn pé kí ló dé tẹ̀ ń ra nǹkan tuntun. Pọ̀písì mi máa ń ra brand new ní every year. Láti pé wọ́n ń ra nǹkan tuntun báyìí. Ìtẹ́ bá rà tẹ́ bá ti lò tán fọ́dún, ẹ palẹ̀ mọ́ ẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tọ́jú ẹ̀, á tún lò fọ́dún míì. Màdẹ́pọ̀ àwọn tó bá nínú ilé, àwọn dàróṣà làwọn yẹn, ọmọ bàbá olówó. Yugoslavia làwọn àkọ́bí bàbá tèmi lọ ti lọ study. Nígbà tí Yugoslavia sì ń jẹ́ Yugoslavia náà padà pín náà ni. Nàìjíríà máa pín bẹ́fẹ́ bẹ́kọ̀. Yugoslavia tí bàbá tèmi rán àwọn first born àkọ́bí wa, gbogbo àwọn first born yẹn ní the same sex pẹ̀lú àwọn Kọ́lá Abíọ́lá, àwọn yẹn kọ́ jẹ́ dàróṣà wọn máa lè. Torí wọn máa lè làwọn yẹn. Bàbá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n títí. A ní ẹ kàwé ìtàn kẹ padà wá, kẹ wá take over responsibility business mi mò ń ṣe. Ìkan ti kúnnú wọn nísìn, ìkan wà Nàìjíríà. Ó mọ tó ń face lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú ẹ̀. Ìwọ ṣẹ́ wà ń sọ ìwọ yìí máa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ fún àwọn pé Nàìjíríà máa dáa. Ta ni wọ́? Ìwọ ló fẹ́ fix Nàìjíríà. Èrè ó ti kàwé. We work the economics of Nigeria. Ẹ máa rí wọn á máa sọ òyìnbó òfò, òyìnbó ranù, òyìnbó òṣì. Gbogbo yín aṣọ ti pọ́n mọ́ yín lọ́rùn. Ordinary paracetamol. Ẹ ti jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ Ìgbò máa kó fake wọlé nígbà táwọn ní system tó lè cross check ẹ̀ pé oògùn tó máa lò sínú ẹ̀ kò gbọdọ̀ tó gbà á ń fò fún ẹ. Tó bá ti ń ra ilé, tó bá ti fẹ́ ra mẹ́ta, a máa dún tó kí ló o fẹ́ lọ commit suicide nínú ilé ni. Idiot all over the place. Àwa jókòó, àwa ọmọ kéékèèké ń pariwo pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ti wà in danger, pé a ti wà nínú ẹ̀sìn là ń ṣe ta náà ń ṣayé ní Nàìjíríà nísìn. Àwọn ọmọ àmà tèmi á máa sọ fún pọpsí mi pé ṣe ewúlẹ̀ tún ṣàlájì. Àwọn ọmọ yìí kọ̀ọ̀kan ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ de, a ní gbogbo ọjọ́ ta bá ti ń jí náà la máa ṣayé. Àṣé kò ní pẹ́ láyé. Kò dẹ̀ jẹ́wọ́ Nigerian politics kankan. Tó bá bá níbi tó ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ construction, wọn ní sọ fún ẹ pàlájì ni. Ó tẹ̀ ní dámọ̀ mọ́ tó ti bá gbádá dànù tó ń faṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn workers ẹ̀. Àwọn bàbá òfò. Mo rí bàbá kan ní fídíò kan níjọ́ òní. Mo kí ìyá mi Abọ́sẹ̀dé káàbọ̀ mà. Bàbá yẹn sì sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa dá. Èyí bàbá òfò. Mo sọ fún yín bàbá kan yẹn ká dá sídì sí lórí ni. Kẹ kú dànù. Torí ẹ ti wà useless. Very, very useless sense of people. Tá a bá tẹ̀ ní àwọn ọmọdé ìrẹ́ yìí ò ní làákàyè ẹ̀ ní understanding. Ṣé àwọn bàbá òfò yẹn ṣé bí báwọn ṣe gbádùn Nàìjíríà nìyẹn nígbà tí Nàìjíríà jẹ́ Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n kó gbogbo owó jẹ. Abacha kó $5 billion ó kó kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Ara ò tá wá. Ẹ mọ̀ tí $5 billion jẹ́ ni. Ẹ mọ̀ iye investment tó máa ti wọnú Nàìjíríà tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n ju owó yẹn padà sínú Nàìjíríà. Abiola jí owó ó bá wọn kó lọ sọ́dọ̀ Samedo. Wọ́n ṣòṣì bẹ̀rùn aṣẹ́wó, wọ́n da gbogbo ẹ̀rú. Wọ́n da gbogbo Nàìjíríà rò àwọn olówó. àwọn kọ́ya gbogbo wọn pátá wọ́n dá gbogbo Nàìjíríà rú àwa wà níbi tí gbogbo wa ìyà wa ń jẹ everybody àwa ń sọ pé ká kúrò àwọn kan máa ní ká dákẹ́ ẹ̀ ní ṣoríire ogun máa pa gbogbo yín ni especially bá ṣe ń rí kó àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké lọ́nà north tí ara yín ò dẹ̀ bù máa sọ pé nínú ìlú tó ní owó ṣé Nàìjíríà náà mi ò lè defend the constitution ní gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà ni against all this bastard tó ń pa wá they are not ready to do that. Gbogbo wa la máa jẹ breakfast mo ti sọ fún family mi tó bá rìnrìn gbèrègbèrè tó bá ti kidnap ẹ kó ya máa bá wọn lọ máa rìnrìn gbèrègbèrè torí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ìrìn gbèrègbèrè ò ṣe rìn mọ́ nísìn mo fẹ́ sáré lọ Jẹ̀bú ayé ìgbà kan nìyẹn ẹ tó bá fẹ́ ṣe party ẹ fún wọn lówó kọfí ra rẹsì ẹ má jẹ pé ẹ lọ party kankan the country is no longer safe àwa wà ní bíbá àwa wọn pariwo àwọn sọ pé ara ń ta wá wọ́n ní diaspora lára ń ta ara ò ta wá ta wà nínú ilé ara ò ta yín nínú ilé unbelievable. It is the job of the nationalist MP not to settle down in Westminster but to settle for Scotland. Àwọn Labour Party ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pé iṣẹ́ tàwọn nationalist àwa Yorùbá nationalist kò ní kankan tá fẹ́ ṣe ní Abuja ní nothing láti ṣe l'Abuja we are not any of things to do with Abuja. We are the Yoruba nationalists. Àwa fẹ́ kó gbégbó padà gbogbo ẹ̀ kó padà wá not restructuring not autonomy I fẹ́ the full Yoruba country tá a máa sọ pé ọmọ Yorùbá ni wá mo rán àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké where are you from? Oh no, I'm from Dutch. Mélòó ni yín ní Dutch? Ṣé mo àwọn ọmọ tí mo interview lánàá èlòmí ò tẹ̀ mọ́ population wọn but àwa nísìn how many are you in Nigeria? Inú amadu we are 200 million shit old 200 million tó ní database àwọn kan wá dé wọ́n kó aṣọ sójà sí wọn lọ́rùn wọ́n wá ń béèrè pé ọmọ ìlú wo ni wọ́ níbo ni wọ́ ti wá ọmọ ìlú wo ni wọ́ wọ́n bí ẹja gbọ́n tó sọ wọ́n bí pé ọmọ ìlú wo ni wọ́ where you from níbo ló ti wá ọ̀nà àǹfọ̀mọ́ Òṣòdì òun gbé lóṣòdì ni fídíò yẹn lò lọ́wọ́ ṣé òun gbé ní my 12 ni. We are crying inside us and some of you are thinking it's a joke. Every point got a gbé dání ó dàbí pé àfínṣẹ́fẹ́ ni afẹ́fẹ́ mẹ́kọ̀wó bomb bastard. Tí bá fi ṣe content mo fẹ́ fi mẹ́kọ̀wó inú ilé mi lásán tó láti ṣe content. Tí èrò adé máa wá because mo ní sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation mọ́ máa mú attraction àwọn òyìnbó like kí ọmọ kan máa rọ́mọdé kẹjọ máa ṣeré pa kẹjọ máa dánú lérú. In tí àwọn ọmọ mi ń wò lórí social media nìyẹn tó ní 10 million views tó ń paṣu gidi èmi mọ̀ tí mo lè ṣe nínú ilé mi lásán máa convert sí máa fi kámẹ́rà síbẹ̀ máa fi kan sí bíbá àwa da gbogbo nu lérú àwọn òyìnbó máa wò wá pé this is a lovely father tó bá tẹ̀ lovely mama paṣu but we are not doing that because the color I need we want to wake the minds of the people in Africa get dìde. Kadide. Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó sọ.
Your name?
I'm Mr. by name.
Huh?
Mr.
What local government?
Local government.
Where are you from?
I'm from my town.
Where are you from originally?
Kaduna State.
From where?
Kaduna State.
Kaduna State.
I'm Alkali Monde by name.
Okay.
Yes, I'm from Kaduna State.
Okay.
I'm
With your brother?
Yes.
And you are coming out under what local government?
Lagos Island.
Local government. Yes. Do you have a family house in Lagos Island?
No. Necessary.
Okay. What's your name?
Look at David.
What?
Look at David.
Speak up.
David.
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Kaduna State.
Kaduna State. Which
what
local
government are you
government?
coming out from?
Oshodi.
Who gave you the
Who gave you
certificate?
My Colonel Sambo. Lieutenant Colonel Sambo.
What's your name?
Zakaria Arab.
Where are you from? Kaduna State. Lagos. Where did you get the indigenous
certificate? Colonel Sambo.
Speak up, please.
Speak up, please.
I'm staying with my uncle.
Which of your weary uncle?
Shogba
Yoruba. I can hear but I cannot speak.
Shogba Yoruba.
These are the animals that we are living with. Kò lè dáhùn. Níbo ló ń gbé? I can't speak.
Shogba Yoruba.
Níbo ló ń gbé? Where are you living?
Ta ló fún ẹ ní
Níbo ló ti rí?
Ta ló fún ẹ? Ta ló fún ẹ?
Ta ló fún ẹ?
Ta ló fún ẹ? Local government tó ló ti wá.
Òṣọ̀fẹ́.
Ẹ sáfẹ́ kí lorúkọ ẹ? Kí lorúkọ ẹ?
And people think it's a joke. And you think, if you any time, if you put your email lórí social media anytime, and nǹkan mi ta lè ṣe. Àwọn èèyàn wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ nísìn tó ń ṣe 8 hours lọ báyìí. Àwọn èèyàn wà ní tó ń ṣe 3 hours, only 2 hours. Àwọn òṣèré oríṣiríṣi. We are here because we are concerned. And everybody should be concerned. Because the future is no longer bright in that country. Forget about Tinubu and all that. Tinubu will try his best. Probably stabilize the economy, do his best, then after 8 years, then what happened? I said to Ama, start all over again. Mukiba Baba, my colleagues, thank you so much. Let's go back to the Alba Party. Why is the Alba Party upset with the SNP member of parliament? Wait, I won't like Westminster, just like I want Odotiwa, no, I won't like Abuja. Because Abuja is like a heaven, a safe heaven for them. The only time that, I mean, not that one was they come, but they believe that Abuja is like a shield away from them from reality. But when election is about to start, then only call a list ni local government one. E monta mani ko Philistine she. Talo monta mani ko Philistine she. Talo malo Mecca, talo malo Jerusalem, and weary. That is exactly what they do. Oma be sin fún wọn ní slot Mecca nisin. Ẹ mọ̀ kan bá dẹ̀ ti fún wọn ní slot Mecca tó wà lé ní a sọ fún Koiki pé kó farabalẹ̀. Mo kí bàbá ọ̀nà Adéọlá rather, Fortune Michael, ẹ ṣé gan ni sir. Mr. Ganiu Suraju, mo kí ìyá mi jẹ́ ń try láti ka Yorùbá yẹn. Gbogbo àwọn tó lọ́wọ́ bí ìlú Nàìjíríà ti dá lónìí, bí àárọ̀ wọn bá da ọ̀sán wọn àtàlálẹ́ wọn kò ní da láíláí. Mo ṣépè lórí Twitter lánàá. Mo ní kò ní da fún gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní ká ṣì wà ní wọn Nàìjíríà. Ẹ mọ̀ why? Fídíò àwọn méjìlá tó pa táwọn terrorists pa sínú supermarket kan ní Nasarawa. Tẹ́ bá rí fídíò yẹn, àánú abiyamọ á ṣe yín. Èdè tún ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ni o. You okay?
I done.
No. What do you want? Not yet. What do you want?
I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
Yeah.
What do you want to eat? Well, go and call your sister for me. Where's your mom? Why you? More tapioca. You don't like tapioca?
Huh?
You don't like this? You don't like it? Okay. Go and ask your mommy what you're going to eat. Okay? Go and ask your mom upstairs what you're going to eat. Good boy. And I'll come and tickle you in a minute. You like my tickle?
I like your tickle.
I know you like my tickle.
I don't like your tickle.
No, you do.
I do not.
I know you do. You should like come and give you some.
Yeah.
I should come and give you tickle.
Yeah.
I'm still in my program. Let me finish. Don't come here. Go to the back. I love you. And one member Parliament SNP, they prefer Westminster. Just the same thing. They prefer Abuja because Abuja is like their shield. So this Alba Party, maybe some of you have never come across them. I've talked about them before. They are like a political party in Scotland. They are fighting for the right of the Scottish people to exit the union put together by their forefathers in 1700. They don't want to be part of UK anymore. I am not saying that Nigeria should break today or tomorrow. We can even come up and say, Mr. Koiki, maybe we should have a time frame for this total de-amalgamation so that we can do it in stages. Okay, let's first move all our military personnel that are Yorubas. We bring them back. We recall them back to Southwest. The one in the north and the southeast in our side, they will recall them back. Everybody goes their separate ways. Then they can form our own government. And then our government will be taught, going to 419 government. Will set up because when I start talking about that, don't mix it with that nonsense, jagbajantis with a woman. Then we can set up, a preliminary government. And that government will be talking to Bola Tinubu. So Bola Tinubu will be talking to each of the different governments. The North will have their government. The Biafra will have their government. Yes, we will then have a brand new constitution that will be drafted.
Can I eat cup noodles?
I say, go and call your mom. So the government will then be established to start talking to the federal. While all this is going, Nigeria is still operating as a country, but we have now started talking to each other in different blocks. Then, Mr. Koiki, so what happened to our politicians? Kilo Mashele. Well, nothing would happen to them, but your politicians would not be able, subject to the new constitution, whether they will still be able to participate in the new government or not. It will be determined by the constitution. So whether Amosun will still be able to perform or be part of the new government of the new country that we are going to be inside, subject to whatever I don't know what the constitution is going to be. We will then draft the constitution. That constitution will be translated in Yoruba for every single body. Tojomo Yoruba, Latin understanding it. Wakologo constitution yen, Wamash analysis constitution yen, titi, Tamafi accept the draft the constitution yen. And then from there, we can start. And that process can last 3-4 years. And then we can wind down Nigeria, and then the brand that is called Nigeria in all the Yoruba territory, they will pull it down. So nobody will be using First Bank Nigeria. It will now be First Bank Oduduwa Republic, First Bank Yoruba Kingdom, First Bank Yoruba Nation. We will also have to determine whether we want to call it Yoruba Nation or not. Yoruba Nation. We don't have to call it Yoruba Nation. We can call it Oduduwa Republic. We can call it Yoruba Kingdom. We determine that by the block of every Omo Yoruba. Our Lamajo deciding it. All this can happen now. So why I say make it look like in time be fún nǹkan tó le ni kò ṣe nǹkan tó le now. But àwọn olóṣèlú wa Abuja ló fẹ́ràn wọ́n fẹ́ràn ìsàlẹ̀. So they are making it look like we are demanding something that is very, very difficult to take. While all this is happening, Operation Shimama Law, Ashimason Besewa see international community, and then later on, so each country will now have their own ministers. Our Minister of Finance ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, Ashimaba, àwọn tó ṣì represent government lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní federal yẹn, wá ṣì máa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀. So, okay, Wálé Ẹdùn wá bá, wáyá gbogbo ọmọ àjọ jókòó. So, my finance minister ti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá máa wá, ti Biafra máa wá, ti Arewa máa wá, ti whichever country. Nigeria ò bá pín sọ́nà mẹ́wàá kò mátà. Gbogbo àwọn àjọ jókòó, àwọn àjọ wa máa wò kí ni gbogbo gbèsè tó wà lórí Nàìjíríà tá fẹ́ kúrò nínú ẹ̀ yìí wá sọ okay na 100 trillion naira ó dà kí ni àwọn owó tá à ń san síta, and then they will work out the modality so that àwọn international country tá à ń repay padà á lè fún wọn ní guarantee pé Nàìjíríà yìí o.
Mom said anything.
Go and call your sister. Go and call your sister for me. Lọ pé ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ wá.
You're not making me.
Go and call your sister for me.
Mara.
So we would then why are you sitting down there? Why are you not doing it for him? If you want me, I'm button support even pound. Eh? Hey boy. Hello. Hello. Amodua. Did you not hear what I said? Your brother says he's hungry. Can you find something to do for him? I can't call your sister. You're changing your phone, man. All this can happen, and then our just stage by stage, and then everything will just wind down, and then we will do our own borderline. The whole security to ṣiṣẹ́, a máa retain gbogbo wọn, àwọn ní wọn máa join. It will now be the Yoruba government ló máa run operation ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. It will now be their own other side. Àwa create borders, but borders yẹn ṣì máa wà, open for everyone. But kò ní dẹ́ ìlú tó wà nísìnyí dẹ́ pé irúwá ògiri wá, ó lè pa ògiri wá sí UK. Ṣó lè pa ògiri wá sí UK máa bọ̀ ńgbà yẹn. Wàá mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní border. Àwa ní immigration tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa. Immigration tiwa, àwa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fún gbogbo wọn ní training. I add more sí because we're going to need more because a ti máa ní shortfall. Gbogbo àwọn tá a bá recall tó wà ní gbogbo other part of Nigeria tá dá wọn padà wá àwọn tí wọn tó wà lọ́dọ̀ tiwa kó padà lọ sókè ọ̀yà lọ́hùn àwa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa àwọn tá máa recruit láti fi add up láti make up numbers yẹn because ní full numbers mọ́ after táwọn bá ti lọ. Because right now we have about 500,000 securities. If we look at the whole structure right now, maybe give and take, gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà ní gbogbo security, I don't know. I don't have the total statistics. Probably about 100,000. It will not be enough to defend the Yoruba land. Ibi tá ti máa employ, ibi tá ti máa equip, ibi tá ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe more training. Right there and there, we are creating jobs and we are building a new economy. Kò sí tó kàn wá pẹ̀lú àwọn West as long as táwa nínú ilé bá ti agree but àwọn West tó fẹ́ jẹ́ kó agree àwọn tinú ilé dẹ̀ support wọn ìyẹn mo ṣe sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ó sì máa bọ́ sórí M1 because àwọn West tẹ̀ ń rìn yẹn àwọn ní another agenda. How many hours láti ṣe because we're not going to do more than my time slot. So because I've even gone overboard. We've done 2 hours and I'm going to start winding down right now. So mo fẹ́ padà sọ́dọ̀ Alba Party. Alba Party is saying the same thing tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nigeria. Mo kẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Frank Abiola. It is the job of the nationalist MPs not to settle down in Westminster but to settle down in Scotland. Níjọ́ wo làwa náà máa settle down sílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó yẹ pé láti ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ló ti máa pa gbogbo àṣẹ tó ń ṣe pé láti federal Abuja olè kan tí tó máa débẹ̀ tí wọ́n ní recognize anybody. Many Yoruba people know the truth. The elite knows the truth. Koiki, I heard that Kaduna Littlefinger is now being groomed and prepared to take over from Uju Yobo. He's now living in the southwest Lagos precisely and being given different kind of Yoruba chieftaincies. I won't be surprised. And that is, what Littlefinger is El Rufai, Emile Darukwe. Watch if Bobani. Thank you so much, Mr. Babatunde. Says, so true. Idiot people all over the place. It is only dead that can challenge them. Eshegoni, Babawa, Moki Bubu Intewani, Malaysia, Asian country, look it long. Moki Bubu Alenkonsi. We're going to wind down. Hopefully we'll come back. But Malo Sumane, not rest. Thank you so much. And then, so much enough sleep. So, Baba Yami Rafiat, Nigeria is finished. People, please wake up from your sleep and fight for your rights now and allow the Yoruba Nation movement. That is the only solution. All these elders are fake people. They don't care. Come and dagbada kiri káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Come and look party, come and take pictures. What like pictures gone? What like pictures? Tebari gbogbo wọn máa ń fẹ́ kó take picture wọn. Wọ́n máa tẹ̀síwá lójú. Wọ́n ní Okeowo nìyẹn. I met Okeowo before in London, but it's a story yẹn fún yín rà. Nígbà tí the former Nigerian High Commissioner tó ń ṣe 80th. Èmi ni mo bá kan. Àwọn àpòṣe ṣe billionaire lélẹ̀ náà ṣàbáyé. Billionaire tó lè roam phone ẹ̀ kò ní internet kò ní everything. Oh, no understanding gbogbo kìíní yẹn. Àbúrò mo ní dáàdì kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Our nice customized Rolls Royce ló ń lò with this plate number on it. Very, very heavy man. Ó ní owó bí wèrè. Mo ní báwo ni máa páàkì mọ́tò yìí sí báyìí? Gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ló tight. Mo náà yẹn máa worry dáàdì. Kí mi bá ń dé pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Èmi dẹ̀ mọ̀ tẹ́mi mi ṣe mo fi wọnú party wọn ni. Èmi lọ crash party yẹn ni. Because fún mi ní intel pé who is who ló máa wà níbẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ìyàwó commissioner nígbà yẹn Nigerian High Commissioner ìyàwó ẹ̀ kò like me. Bó ṣe gbọ́ pé Koiki wà nù party yẹn bá oníkọ́ lọ sọ fún mi pé kí n páwọn invite me. And I left. But mo ti take gbogbo tí mo fẹ́ take pictures, take it as much. I still have the table numbers. COVID dẹ̀ pa àwọn bíi mélòó kan nínú party yẹn. Kọ́lọ̀ foríjì àwọn tó kó. Ìgbà yẹn ni COVID yẹn tó ń rampa gan tó ṣe tí ní Park Lane. Nígbà tí Okeowo tó wá wọlé tí wọ́n lọ bá ó ní ọmọ dáadáa mà nìyẹn. Ṣé London ló ń gbé? Mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà. Ó ní very good. Ó ní mo dẹ̀ fi connect ní sí internet. Kò sí internet lórí fóònù. Mo ní dáàdì kò sí internet lórí fóònù yín kẹ̀. Ẹ mú fóònù yẹn wá kí n bá yín wò. Ní bá tán hotspot tèmi. Ní bá fi connect fóònù bàbá yẹn. Bàbá yẹn tó fẹ́ wọ toilet lọ. Ló bá kó fóònù méjèèjì. Tó wáyé pé bad guy làwa ni. Kò yé yín. But we are not like that. Bó ṣe kó fóònù méjèèjì fún mi nìyẹn. Ẹ wọ toilet lọ nìyẹn. Àbúrò mo ń bọ̀. Ìtàn gbọ̀n mi jẹ́ sáré lọ́tọ̀. Ó ní owó bí ṣẹ̀pẹ̀rẹ̀. these people should be the one supporting Yoruba nation. But I won't care. I won't okay. Oh, le sumo. Be mi se sumo yen. Ni sumo ni Nigeria be. My security to mama tele káàkiri ni. But ní London, ta ló mọ̀. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé olówó ni, but ta ló mọ̀. Ṣé ibi táwọn ọmọ Nigeria ti ń fa gbùrù káàkiri. But ní Nigeria ni sumo wọn be. Because they feel too important with so much security and poverty they don't fight. I mean, we can love our elite and all that, but chamo elite will love our. So, you know, you see every one of them. We'll not see the same event like every Christmas. I attended twice Ovation Carol. Anyway, I can end the programming. I think I've had enough for now. Let the water get 4 hours come. I shake on the nobody's coming to save us. We will save ourselves from the shackles of the British amalgamation. Nigeria and the last empire one. Tobati collapse. That will be the end. We become very free. And I did decide Tabafi was in London. On the Tojo Metal, Mr. Lanrewaju, more logo in Rara. Tojo Metal Timothy Lori trade. I'm sure everyone is busy. It's New Year's time, you know, I send a school with that. So it's always a big pressure in January. January, them are quiet to go. Later, Tibati soon. Timothy G. Amamugari, where they might jeba. My name enough strength. I can rest there. I'm not fighting any one of you that are listening to me. I am concerned, citizen, and a proud Yoruba man. That's all. I have done my best for the Nigerian community. So what I'm doing right now is nothing to me. I serve the community. And I'm proud that I did my best within the community. So back when it found an event, if is what going, I will go. If it's not, I won't. I can't wait to see when Tinubu is coming to London on the official visit by the British government. I'm looking forward to that. And I hope they're not going to wrap it until we're too late. Anyway, we're from an intel, journalists want to be by. Then I'll put it in number 10 Downing Street. Because I have a few questions for him. Hopefully, I'll have access to speak to him. Alan Conde Mukia. Let's call it a break, and I'll come back later. Eba Akmetwa, Eba share, a lover, a supporter. Iku baba yeye, baba dada. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ gbọ́ iku baba yeye díẹ̀ ká tó máa lọ.
Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá a gbé nǹkan fún gbogbo àgbáyé tí wọ́n ti lè rí ṣe tí wọ́n ti lè rí ṣe àti èbó àti gbogbo ẹ̀. Pàápàá mo ti káàkiri mo ti kàwé káàkiri nípa ìlù tí ń lù nílẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀ wa náà kò tí ì sí ìlù tí ń sọ̀rọ̀ kò tí ì sí. Èyí tí ń pè ní sling talking drum tí ń sọ̀rọ̀. Nílé ọba ní àwọn ẹni pàtàkì mo gbé ààfin Aláké nígbà tí mo wà lọ́dọ̀ lọ́mọdé mo súnmọ́ wọn dáadáa gbogbo ìlú àwọn ọba ńláńlá ni nínú ààfin wọn ni ìlú máa ń wà tí ó jí ọba láàárọ̀ tí ẹ bá fẹ́ búra fún gómìnà nílẹ̀ Nàìjíríà wọ́n á gbé Bíbélì lé wọn lọ́wọ́ ẹni tó bá jẹ́ ẹlẹ́sìn Kìrìsìtẹ́nì ẹni tó bá jẹ́ ẹlẹ́sìn Mùsùlùmí wọ́n á gbé Quran fún pé kó búra tó bá ti búra tán Quran tó fi búra àbí Bíbélì tó fi búra ó ti gbàgbé ẹ̀rí tó sọ sí ohun tó bá wù ló lè máa fi ìgbésí ayé àwọn ọmọ tó ń jọba lé lórí tó ń ṣe gómìnà lé lórí sí ṣùgbọ́n kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ̀ Yorùbá. Láràárọ̀ láago 5 ni ìlú ó jí ọba yóò sì máa sọ fún ẹ̀jẹ́ tó jẹ́ fún àwọn ènìyàn àtàn fún baba ńlá baba rẹ̀ tó pé kí wọ́n tó dé wa ládé wọ́n ti mú wa lọ sójúbọ kọ̀ọ̀kan wọ́n sì ní ká jẹ́jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé tọ̀sán tòru láàmú fi sin àwọn èèyàn wa lọ́nà tó dáa a sì ní bẹ̀rù tó bá dàárọ̀ fún àpẹẹrẹ fún ìlú tó jẹ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá bó ti jẹ́ pàtàkì fún wa sí tí ẹ bá ṣẹlù àwọn olùyọ kọ́kọ́ pè mí kan tó gbogbo àwọn bàbá mi tó jẹ́ wọ́n á sọ pé Ọláìwọlá dìde ó bọ́ Sókótó Àtàndá dìde ó bọ́ Sókótó ẹnìkan fi sẹ́gbọ̀nsẹ̀ rán mẹ́ni dìde ó bọ́ Sókótó. àwọn tó jẹ́ lè bó mọ̀ túmọ̀ eléyìí tí a bá ń kí gbogbo ọba lọ wọ́n bẹ̀ láti ẹni tó kọ́kọ́ jà láàfin títí dórí mi mo sì láti mọ̀ mo láti mọ̀ ní tiẹ̀ ń wí. ìlú wa jẹ́ pàtàkì à ń fìlú pòwe fún yàn à ń fìlú kìlọ̀ fún yàn à ń fìlú dánilárayá àfi ń túfọ̀ tá a bá ń lo oògùn òun ló tẹ̀lé wa tó bá tẹ̀lé wa yóò mọ rìn wá kàké yóò mọ gun wa ní kẹsẹ́ tí a fi ní agbára kókókó láti ṣàgbé òun ló sọ fún wa nígbà tó yẹ ká ṣàfọ́gun wọn ní màsàmàjà la fi mọ akíkanjú lójú ogun akíkanjú tó bá lè jà tí ò mọ̀ àgbà tí ó ṣá ní bógun ẹlòmíì lọ lórí fáfún adésùyì nígbà tó fẹ́ jagun wọn ní kè sásìkò tí ó jagun ìlú ló sọ fún wa kí n bá lóde àbítọ̀ ní bá lóde àbítálákí bá lóde nígbà tí wàá ṣẹ̀.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni wọ́n lè bẹ̀rẹ̀
ó ń lù tá àmúdání kì í ṣe pé a fi ń ṣe gbẹ̀fẹ́ láti rán láwọn létí tá a fẹ́ ṣe ni. ìlú ó máa sọ fún wa tí a bá gbóúnjẹ lẹ̀ a gbọ́dọ̀ jẹun níta gbangba. wọ́n máa sọ fún Ọláìwọlá tọ́jú àríran ikú èjẹ ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹni má rìn káàkiri mi mọ́.
ní nìyẹn
Ọláìwọlá tọ́jú àríran
Jaja the second
ikú èjẹ ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹni
go and use just 2 minutes I'll finish.
ọ̀rọ̀ bí òwe ni o mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kan fún ẹ ọ̀rọ̀ gíríkì ni ikú èjẹ ẹ̀wọ̀n ẹni tó pa ọ̀rọ̀ nínú ilé Ọ̀yọ́ kan tó bá tọ́jú àríran àlóyún bí òkèèrè rọ́pọ̀ nípò ààrẹ ní ire bá sọ tó bá rí pé olùfẹ́ lè rè.
a ní ẹja gba kọ́ńtírì yìí ká lè ní owó gidi lọ́wọ́.
tẹ bá pẹ́ tí ẹ bá fi pọ́ bí wá sọ́dọ̀
kó jọ wa ẹ̀rú bàbá yìí ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ orí yẹn a máa wú ni.
agbe gbọ́badélé o agbe aláàfin ìrìnàjò kọ́mọdélé o agbe gbọ́badé pé ìjọba tó ṣe ìgbẹ́gẹ́ ìdílé màlọ́lé. Tábà wọn lọ.
ẹ wo ọ̀rọ̀ tá a gbọ́ nísìn káwa máa tà yẹn ní ẹ mọ̀ kọ́rọ̀ bàbá yìí a lè ta slot ẹ̀ ní small Allen Conde ni all the criminal politicians in Yoruba land Moriya Mosun olè onífìlà gogoro ó jókòó síbẹ̀ kó wà comfortable bàbá yẹn ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ òun àti ìyàwó ẹ̀. Allen Conde Mokeoni, all the criminal politicians in Yoruba land have destroyed our culture and heritage. That is how far we can go. Thank you so much. I'll padà wá later, be after 5 hours. I jẹ́ kí n lọ sùn. Màá padà wá, ẹ má worry. Anytime throughout lẹ́ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ kí n lọ sùn díẹ̀ ká relax ká wá padà wá. Mo kí gbogbo ẹlẹ́ǹkan sí. Ẹni tó bá tí mọ̀ nípa GoFundMe wa and raise £50,000. We ó pé ànífọdún kan raise ẹ o. Ẹ bá wa fọwọ́ sáwò. Tá bá rí 50,000 people within the next 6 months. Owó yẹn á pé màá lè ṣe transformation àwọn kan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe lórí platform wa. It is voluntary if you have it. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wá ń bèrè láti Nàìjíríà pé Mr. Koiki àwa táwa lè send owó láti Nàìjíríà ẹ̀yin ṣàkọ̀fẹ́ owó náírà tẹ́ fẹ́ fún wa ẹ fi sínú náírà account àmàrí yẹn lò bí a ṣe fẹ́ máa lò nílé. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá mi ẹ̀yin bàbá mi ìta bá sọ tó bá kù díẹ̀ káàtó ẹ foríjì wa náà àbí ẹ má bínú sí wa tá bá délẹ̀ lérí tán there will be a lot of reconciliation And I'm sure we've been very, very moderate, since a lot of you are giving us the feedback. With Koiki Suru, no, ó wà lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè, ó wà lọ́ba Jésù Kristi, ó wà lọ́wọ́ Ànábì Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Madam Ani, what God cannot do does not exist. Nigeria máa wálẹ̀, a máa collapse, ó kù díẹ̀ ni. Mo kí yín o, ẹ jẹ́ play anthem wa ká tó máa lọ. Mo kí gbogbo ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá. Mo kí ẹ̀yin prince, ẹ̀yin princess. Ẹni tí n bá dárúkọ, like I always say, ẹ má fi ṣèbínú. It's just that sometimes kò ń ṣe gbogbo yín náà la máa rí lórí thread, but mostly àwọn tó bá ń comment a máa ń rí yín la ṣe máa ń respond, but sometimes a lè má pick gbogbo ẹ̀. Mo kí Olóyè Ìgbòho, mo kí Bàbá Akíntóyè, mo kí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan. Let's not give up. We are getting there. Interbere, or make effort, or make impact. Let's take a break now. Thank you so much. Bye for now. So I'm at close on broadcast in Konkon. And you know when we're doing that, I come and play but at the close broadcast. Yeah, I'm done. Yes, I'm done. Yes. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah. You can increase the and that's about it. Okay, Ogumala, thanks so much. Bye for now. Eshegonyo. In the 4th, on the 1st January 2024, London Latinche broadcasting, just for record purpose. Thank you so much. I'll have a sweet dream. I'll be back later on. Odabo. I'm waiting for our video to passion here. Eshegomoke went out on TikTok. I appreciate the time again this afternoon. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Yami Pastor Mo, everyone, Yami Fatima, and every single one of you. I hope you are all having a great time with the children in the house as the holiday is almost finishing. But for now, let's manage our children. I'm at home at school again. Teacher to bear Silver Badmos, shout out to you. I took later. Bye for now.